and it was like, you know, the DM's favorite NPC type of situation, but all the characters hated.
Isn't that funny how it goes sometimes?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just create an NPC and everyone's like, fuck this guy! And you're like,
I like him.
yeah, it's like,
You don't have to.
I like his voice.
Like your monkey.
I don't get why everyone doesn't like
Okay, no,
Sky
people,
anime.
I think it's different. The monkey is inherently a sort of like annoying, funny like character that like if you guys hate him, that works better for the monkey.
No, I love Bobo.
Yeah. So that's a little bit.
And then sometimes you have another side NPC that your players just latch onto immediately. And then you try to play it off like, yeah, this was the likable NPC, the one you guys chose for sure. That other guy, he was the bad guy.
Throws away a whole takes,
And then they get to the field of flowers named after the first NPC, and you're like, nope, just a coincidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Have the four of you make wisdom saves.
Hey, who?
Yeah, please the four.
Oh, AJ, Mr. Tree, Dia, and
Oh shit. I got a 19, I think. Where is it? Yeah, 19.
Not good.
okay.
So,
13.
Okay.
Not good. Wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm. You're gonna do it with advantage.
Okay.
Actually,
Oh yeah, you changed.
It's still 14.
oh, great.
Oh, we did forget. You lost your black spot.
Yeah.
You're free of muck.
Yep. So that ability that I spent time figuring out is no longer valid. But that's okay.
Actually, what I was gonna say is because what you guys did was so baller, I'm actually gonna let you keep the ability.
Oh, okay.
Free of the muck.
Well, we have to figure that out though.
Yeah,
'cause-
what it actually does.
Yeah, like how the damage is scaling.
The overheat thing?
Yeah. Because, okay, so what I have with Cody, Cody didn't like mine. It's like, isn't there someone you forgot to ask? It's Cody. So,
Oh, we were just talking about it.
target will automatically fail their throw. It does damage to myself in 5 feet AoE, and it scales by spell level. So if I am doing a level 3 spell, it would be 3 damage. But I feel like Cody was saying it should be way more.
Then that amount of damage, probably.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because like,
So-
or at least more damage to her. It can still be like the AOE of like, oh, it takes like 3 damage. I was saying to AOE, it would be her level plus spell level. To her, it would be spell level times her level.
Yeah, except for I feel like that would get crazy, like damage-wise.
What if we do just like a third of whatever you hit the guy with, or a quarter?
No, well, a lot of these saves, for example, like,
Yeah.
they're not going to do any damage. So,
Oh, you're not really. Oh, it's like weak damage?
no, like, some of them don't do any
A lot of
damage.
spells don't do any damage and have instead a different powerful effect.
Yes. So you're thinking that, so by that logic, because it's times, that Dia would
Let's say
take
I'm like
more
level-
damage.
let's say I'm like level
but
11
the enemies
though.
would take less.
Let's say I'm
because
like
it's more
level-
enemies, yeah.
But let's say I'm at level 11,
Yeah.
and I cast a 6th level spell. I'm going to do 66 damage to myself.
I guess so, yeah.
What if you can determine exactly how much
It's like the
overheat-
scaling
The
gets
scaling
really
gets a little
whack.
crazy.
So, like, that was like my problem with it.
I think it's too much.
A lot of the time, the way that
Especially because it already comes with a downside.
I think you might do like your cleric level plus the spell level.
Yeah.
So there's a flat amount, and then it scales
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
The more powerful
Yeah.
your spell is.
And then maybe just the spell level to
Yeah,
AoE.
I do see Cody's concern because like there are some high level spells that like if you can guarantee a failed saving throw are like utterly game warping, but we're not really there yet. So like we can just agree to burn that bridge when we get to it. You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean, my like concern was like this fight, like if she has hold person, that's like almost a necessity.
What if there's like how does that interact with legendary resistance and stuff?
Legendary resist. I mean, same as the GM. He could just decide that it supersedes it.
Yeah.
Because like
right.
Liz's thing says it fails its saving throw,
Yeah.
and legendary resistance says when it fails a saving throw, it succeeds instead.
Yeah, true. So you could have nothing else force out as legendary resistance.
Yeah, and then I would
This
still
is
do
what
damage
whole
to
person
myself
does
and stuff.
anyway.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
What if we make a so there's a chance that this doesn't even trigger. Like, there's like a 50-50
Well,
chance that she doesn't do the boost and she doesn't take any
But I
damage.
think legendary resistance is kind of like bake in a good counter to this.
No, I mean like when you try to use this ability, sometimes you just can't.
Well, that's just a normal save then.
Yeah, and I think
That's
the
what I
whole
mean.
point of this is that it removes input randomness. I think just injecting a different input randomness functionally means the ability does nothing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know about randomness. I mean, I think one of the virtues of D&D, I mean, we could just say you take damage equal to like 1d8 times the spell level. Rolling dice is fun, damage is variable, but it has an average, especially if you're rolling one with die.
I mean, I
to
feel like the
very
idea of
fun idea.
adding the spell level
yeah, actually
and the
works.
player level.
No, he's just
I like
saying.
the addition.
I like, but I
he's
think
just
the
saying-
addition is easier.
Well, but the D8 plus the spell level seems pretty good to me.
Or no,
it's like
D8, so you roll a number of D8s equal to the spell's level. So like if it's a third
Oh!
level spell, then you're forcing him to fail, you roll 3d8 damage.
and then that's the damage
just
that
on
you
yourself.
take as well, right? Like that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually feel like that. First off, the reason why I think that is good is because
Good.
there's an immediate thing where you're like, I could deal this much damage, but you have to take it. And in those situations, I could see that being fun because you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch of burst damage, but like, I will face that damage as well.
D8's even a little high. That could be right.
Yeah, but like that's the risk.
We can do d6s too. I think I also like the if it's a fixed number that you can calculate beforehand. I think it might
Safe.
It's too safe. Yeah, I think it's
I
fun
agree.
to have something that is kind of
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do D8 times, and if it absolutely is like
Well,
busted,
D8 equal to spell level.
yeah,
Yeah.
So this is what I'm gonna say. Normally,
D8 times spell level. Yeah.
in terms of the monstrous ability, this will still be a monstrous ability, which
Yeah.
means that it will still have that same cooldown, but you are free from the cancer that is objected itself to you.
Yeah.
But you retain this ability along with your original monstrous ability as well.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool. We'll do D8 for now, and we'll deal with it later if it's crazy.
Yeah. Last thing, this is not related to the game. I've been cold brewing some tea for the past like 2 hours, so if anyone wants iced tea,
Oh yeah.
that would be available whenever.
14 and 19.
Yep.
Awesome.
Usually do wisdom saves too. That's
All
my-
right.
that's my worst
This was
stat.
a great discussion. Yeah. Well done, everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we're going to start with the two of you then, as we come back into this underground sort of cavern that's or the underground sort of part of the temple. That
We've
you
not
guys-
been in this room before, correct?
Correct. This room, you guys have not been in. It looks similar though.
Yeah.
It looks similar to. I think it looks similar to almost like a what's the word? Sorry, it looks similar to the temple that you guys were in previously, where it had like that circle kind of
Yeah.
dome room. Yeah, where you guys found that sort of like amalgamation roast kind of monster. So it looks very similar to that. It has all the stone golems around it, and the pedestal in the middle. Yeah.
Great. Just promised you a cup of tea.
Right. Moving it back. Right.
Well, so when we were in AJ's flashback, and I realized that you were a drug addict, I was like, I think you need a cup of tea. You should come with me. And then we went through all of, like your harrowing trauma shit, and then we stepped out, and like the last line of dialogue we had was, I looked at you and I said, I think it's time for that cup of tea because you looked
Oh, right.
disturbed by what had happened.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I think looking around we're now in this room, seeing that there's not any obvious threats in the room around us. John Luke is gonna kind of just take a knee and put a hand on his head, just sit and just digest for a moment.
I place 2 hands on your back. It's alright.
Like, hands back up. Come a long way.
I can see that. Tell me, son. You didn't catch a glimpse of me and Rick, did you?
Yes, we spoke.
Oh, we spoke, yes, I mean. I had rather intimate access to your history. I was wondering if yours was the same.
No. Other than our conversation. No. Good.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I value my privacy.
Okay. Understandable.
There is time for your grief, though little.
I agree. It was a memory. But I've had my time to grieve and to change. But to be in it for that time it felt very real. I think I am different now. I think that memory, I wasn't myself in that memory. I was who I was then in that memory.
I too found myself slipping
Yeah.
into my past self for a time.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
In fact, I take like a look at my arm where like one of these like patches where like I'm coming undone is. I fear I may soon return to my old self completely. Unfortunately, I currently lack the weaving skill I once had to sew this form. I cannot mend myself.
Oh. How much time do you have?
I fear within eternity. I could not fix it. And I have never come apart, so it's hard to say. But for the time that I have, I will enjoy this form.
I mean, how much time do you have before you come apart?
I cannot say.
Will you be with us tomorrow?
I should listen.
I should hope so. And I am counting on it.
Regardless, all's well that ends, sir.
Where are we?
Question for you too. Did you cast Detect Magic before you went through the door? You did this spell.
I cast Detect Magic and Dispel Magic.
How long does Detect Magic hold up for?
10 minutes.
7 minutes.
Cool. You detect some magic in here.
Oh dear.
On one of the heads of the stone golems.
What kind of magic?
Head magic.
Not
Head magic. Golem head magic.
Oh.
Stone cold magic.
Also, guys, I turned the AC to just like dry, which kind of helps maintain the temperature without being loud, because I could not hear a single word you were saying, and I'm sure Kylie couldn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't able to hear you much.
So-
Oh shit. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, it's hard to do this voice while I'm projecting.
Yeah, so
I could try to speak up.
So if people start getting hot, let me know and I'll change it back. But
No, thank you for doing that, because I worry how the camera microphone picks up the AC too. Like, there is a chance that I watch this later and like
It's
we
just-
can just hear the whole time. And, like, yeah,
Can you hear any of us?
that would suck. Especially the softer spoken people. Yeah, I worry about.
I could show you how to insert a noise gate in like an audio software, and it would remove the ambient tone of the air conditioner.
Oh wow, that again, we'll hear how it sounds. Yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah, it just depends on if our voices are within that gate or not.
Yeah, everybody hold for rooms
Outside
out.
of it.
Great.
You see both enchantment and abjuration.
Enchantment and abjuration.
Enchanté.
Okay. Just on one roll set.
Yeah. As you look over, you see this little flower crown on the one side.
I'll take it. Okay. Does it get upset with me if I do that?
Nothing happens.
That one was mine. I was trying something. That makes me look pretty.
I 16.
You have lost head privileges.
You pull it. Wisdom saving throw.
For me?
Yeah.
But dude. 13.
Do you not have a character sheet?
I forgot it today, but it's all here.
Great. I'm sure it is.
No, it is. That's for anything.
What is your character
Except my
name?
spells.
Speaking of, so Isabel grabs the flower crown, and there is a sort of moment where you are looking at Isabel grab that flower crown, and for a second it's like there's a flash and it's in your hand, and you're in the same room, but it looks much less dusty and is like light. And in a split second, as you kind of like look at it and kind of move it, it's gone. And you're just right back to reality.
This is quite nice.
It's Isabel. I've been here before. I know it. I've seen that crown.
Another memory of yours dislodged then.
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't remember what it is. I've been here. Can we? So we're in this room. This isn't like a closed room. Is there a door behind us from whence we came? And there's the columns, the pedestal, this crown, and then is there what else are we looking at here? How big is this room? Are there other doors? Are there windows? What's going on?
The room looks to be a similar size to the room that you guys were in before. So it's like relatively large.
Okay.
The sort of upper dome here that's kind of projected, I think has just a lot of imagery of Titania, the summer court. I think at this point it also does, I think also you see maybe some, like a little bit more like foliage and flora kind of stuff going on in this like at the head of this room where the painting is. The rest of it is made out of like stone.
Okay. So we're in like the temple we were in before, and there's like square building, but then there's like this cylinder in the center. We're in the center of the cylinder.
Seems like it.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And how many ways out of this room are there?
Just the one you
Just the one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's what I expected. I will study it for a time. It's magic.
Right. Okay. Great. Let me know what you find.
Certain.
Absolute sugar of another memory is mine.
I'll hold it out to you, saying, would you like to hold it?
Yes.
This will spare something.
That's what I was holding in my memory. Yes, I would like that.
I can addition.
Looking at him with your detect magic still up, you see one of those locks that's inside of him cracked.
Cracked.
Oh, like it cracks as soon as I pick it up.
No, it was cracked.
Okay.
Now you're looking at it. Sorry, it wasn't cracked before, coming out of all this that just happened, and now looks cracked.
Okay, I'm cracked.
Okay. I will make no comment on this.
Okay.
Roll a wisdom save.
Oh, great.
Sheesh.
7.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking at it, and it is like it's stirring up. I think first off, you start like some words come to mind. You start thinking cure. You start thinking duty.
That's so funny.
Titania's voice almost seems
I
to
failed my
ring.
save.
We're such mature
Um,
adults.
It almost seems to ring inside your head with these words like duty.
Sarabian, I can't help but notice a certain smell that is overtaking you. Have you shot yourself?
But most importantly, the thing that
I've
is
shot myself in this room before.
the thing that is incessant and that you can't get out of your head
Or your pants.
is a baby's wail. It just like rings in your head.
Sorry, you said baby's whale, and W-A-I-L did not immediately occur to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is a baby's whale?
Baby whale, bro. It's a fucking baby whale. Okay.
But
So
you
a
hear
baby
this
cry.
child screaming, yeah, in your ear.
Oh wait, do I know it's in my head or I hear a baby screaming?
It's very loud. I think you can tell it's in. It seems to be coming from within your head, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
extremely loud, annoying, excruciating. As you hold this,
Do you look like visibly
Ah,
disturbed?
yeah, I wanna
so
go
you're
back
like,
to it.
and I take your head in like 4 of my hands, and I like pull you to look at me. What do you see?
I don't see, I hear a baby screaming.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Most informative.
Does the screaming stop when I hand him the fucking crown? Do I recognize the baby scream?
Make. I don't want to do this.
Roll for babies.
Roll for babies.
Roll for babies. Make a
Making a baby.
I'm actually gonna have you make an intelligence saving throw.
Are you smarter than a baby?
Not today.
Okay. I have a +1 to this. 50.
Sounds like a creature of some sort.
Babies are creatures, you could call them that, yes.
You've definitely heard it before.
Owl creatures. Okay. I've heard it before, it's a creature. So it sounds like a baby crying, but it's actually like a creature that just sounds like a baby.
Or is it a naked creature?
It's like it sounds. You're parsing out. It sounds like a baby creature. Like it sounds like a creature. It is infant, and it is crying and wailing. In a sort of like trapped, scared way. I was trying to reach out for some sort of help.
Oh. Screaming was some kind of infant creature that was like, it's almost like it's trapped, screaming for help. It's kind of the vibe I was getting.
The source of the magic on the golem was this flower
Correct.
crown, and now the golem is not magical.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the golem and I'm gonna knock on it. Is it like hollow inside?
No.
No. I'm just gonna take a cursory look around the room. Is there a place that I think a baby might be like trapped or hidden, or a creature, or like even like something more, or like a dead thing might be stored, like, or buried, like a sarcophagus or anything like that?
You don't get any sense of something like that in this room.
Okay.
Mostly because there's just not a lot of places to store something, like a creature. The only place that looks like it has an opening for storage would be the pedestal, that, but it looks maybe too big for a creature, and it's definitely not hidden away. You start knocking around for these sort of, I guess, secret compartments. Why don't we have you do an investigation check?
Okay. 10 plus 10.
One of the stones, as you kind of like knock around, is loose.
Okay. I'll try to remove it.
You remove it.
You have treats in your bag?
Probably smells like our cats.
Yeah, that's why.
I think there would be an item in here that
It's a trapped baby.
you might have put in here at some point.
Oh my god.
My question for you
You're gonna have
is,
to like put an earphone shot.
it would have been something that reminded you of your children.
Look at this photograph.
It makes me grumpy.
So what do you think
Something that reminds me of my children.
It's a
The
dried,
enchanted
wilted
meat tenderizer
scallion.
they gave you for your Father's Day.
Yes!
What did you say? The enchanted meat tenderizer they gave you for Father's Day. That's a plus 20
The
to hit.
+5, yeah, the +5 meter, obviously.
This is a holy Avenger.
Oh, it's a deck of many things.
Yes, thank you. This means so much to me. Wow, it feels good to be appreciated. Yeah, Sand, that's what I find.
It's
I
a
Yeah,
500
sure,
gold
fuck
my
you.
kids
pull
gave
the
me.
sword out of
Fuck
the wall.
you.
Oh yeah, my life
I love
savings.
my
kids. Yeah.
Oh, it's the 7 dragon shards they gave me.
I'm so glad all you kids went down to the mines to grab you. Thank you.
The kids, they yearn for the mine.
Look at all this money, baby.
That's a great question.
Wow, this is a diamond. It looks like it's worth at least 50,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, we killed 7 goblins! They're screaming and suffering still! Yippee!
Oh, that's what you're doing. Don't worry about the screaming. It's only baby goblins.
Something that reminds me of my kids. Like specifically, I put it here as like a, this is my keepsake, or is it like something
perhaps you-
else that also happened to remind me of my kids?
It might be like you knew that like there was going to be this lock put on your memory at a former time, and
Oh
you wanted to
my God.
hide something for your future self to remember your children. Am I reading this scenario correctly? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Sick.
Like a toy of one of theirs. or-
Yeah.
Like a top.
I keep coming back to. I mean, it's gonna be completely fucking useless, but also just like difficult to hold on to. But it could just be some dumbass thing like a fucking macaroni frog or something.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like
That's
literally a
pretty funny.
macaroni necklace.
Above the table, that's really funny.
Oh, because I'm a cook too, actually. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind
Dude,
of
I
fun.
literally just sliced up onions to put in the macaroni salad.
It's destiny.
You
Yeah.
Ludo
I'm gonna-
narrative
it's gonna be.
signature.
It's
It's
gonna be.
Chelsea's
Yeah.
children.
It's a macaroni picture.
Yeah. Macaroni. I'm gonna go macaroni. I'm gonna go full Dave Chappelle. I'm gonna go macaroni necklace.
Okay.
Yeah. I was making macaroni with my kids. One of my kids made me a macaroni necklace and put me on it one day. I just cried.
I pull. It's not magical.
The macaroni necklace is it's magical to me.
Yeah. Okay. I pull it out and I just look at it skeptically.
Is it multi?
Oh, so I see this.
You do see it, yeah. You. Do you remember? Make a wisdom save.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Do I
Yeah.
remember?
If you had me do all that, I didn't get a wisdom save off that.
Time, September.
17. I could Sam if you want. Say the word. I'll aura protection myself to give myself +5 to this. If there's a certain memory you want to unlock here.
You first off, you instantly recognize it,
Okay.
and it. You know it's like it's you. You remember the memory it is from. It wasn't a memory that was necessarily
Good thing I picked
gone, but for some reason, the sentiment of it now comes back to you a little bit more grand and important. Whereas before, it might have been a memory where you're like, oh, my kids made me some sort of like macaroni like necklace. It's kind of cute. Now the memory seems to hold much more importance to you.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Because it's placed there. Why is it chicken there? Right.
Well, like that, and I think also just like you recognize some more sentiment coming from you that seems new. I think also, along with that too, it's not so much a memory that you get, it's a feeling that you get that I think you instantly recognize that you like the past you must have put this in here and then forgot about it. So that means that something that happened in this room you forgot about.
Yeah.
And I think so you so obviously grabbing that back. But you also I think you are grasping at something that kind of strikes, like almost like along with sentiment, strikes a feeling of extreme guilt.
Yeah.
But not necessarily attached to your kids, attached to something else.
Oh. My God.
So you're staring at.
I know this.
and- oh yeah.
That's my necklace. Well, my kids made that necklace.
See. Oh, good to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I should get together.
That's right.
There's no certainty. That's where the same temple we were this morning.
Oh, yes, you're right.
I've never seen this chamber.
I have. I think I may have done something here. Something wrong.
That much is obvious, given your reaction to the flower. And given what she heard, I have my suspicions about what it might be. But I will told against his
Yes. I don't want to presume anything.
I'm speaking as a man.
You're right, we should stay on task.
Take it easy.
We don't know where we are. Looks towards door.
As you look through the door, you see the room that you had come in initially.
Oh, the staircase.
Oh, okay.
So this is, so if you, like, the door that we went through, the first door,
Yeah,
we went into like a weird planetarium,
correct.
and it's the same shape as this room.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
and now that planetarium has lost whatever like magical or mystical quality it had when we first went into it, and now we're just in a mundane room.
Oh, sorry. No, this is not that. Sorry, this is not the same room. So you are in. Remember when you got to the planetarium? There was a door that you guys had seen that you had walked through. You were literally on the other side of this.
Okay, so if we walk through
There's
this room,
separate room.
there will be a planetarium.
There will be the planetarium, which I was going to describe. That you do see, and then of course the hole.
So yeah, so in the door, that was the door that said humility.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So if we can do it now. So if we walk out of this room and turn around and look at the top of the door,
It still says humility.
it does say humility. Okay, yeah.
Go through memories again.
Yeah, we walk back through the door.
All right, so all four of you are going to sit while we do just
Okay,
these
go,
two
go, go.
for the entire rest of the session.
Good.
You're not
We will return to camp.
Yeah, actually, I think the three of us will just fuck off and go play in the car.
Yeah.
Sorry, joking.
Yeah, I have a board game actually. So we can all just go play that, and you guys keep.
All right, have fun. Yeah. We go back to camp.
Okay. Mahogany.
Yeah.
For some reason, inexplicably, I think while because before we went into the dream sequence, you were parsing out silver, right?
Yeah.
And you were looking at like,
I'm going through the table looking for what's what.
for some reason, as you're looking through, the thought of your past encampment comes to mind.
Shake it off, I guess. My arm certainly hurts. Got that fainting limb pain.
And you guys return to camp, presumably with very little time having passed.
Oh, we're talking like what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, dang.
So what time of day is it?
Still morning.
God.
I'm going to boop through. Boop boop. I have great news. Look, my spot is gone. And I'm going to spin around, and no longer will that spot that now you could tell. In fact, you might not even see them spinning around right now. Can't tell. I'm just perfectly.
You are covered in a silver bow. So
Okay.
I put up a silver like lace bow on you. So that's
Oh,
that's
right,
twirling-
yeah,
that's
so I
twirling
see.
around.
That's
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so I'm just going to be.
How did you do that?
I just ran my self-cleaning cycle for a very long time.
You have one of those?
I mean, I'm going to try to like
I do
heat
miss my
up
dishwasher.
a little bit, but I'm going to stop just short of. Hey, I'm going to stop just short of like doing like a full sacred flame on myself. So.
Yeah, please don't just pull
So
it.
it's but like you can feel the heat radiate off of me. The bow starts to singe.
I duck behind a table.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of us don't have that, so what does it feel like?
It hurts.
It hurts to be not sick?
Oh, it feels great. Yes. Sorry. The treatment hurts,
Oh,
but now there's no pain.
alright.
It
Well-
does feel a little odd, but good.
I'm gonna come up and examine you.
Well, whatever the hell you did.
Like thoroughly.
Make a medicine check.
3.
You touch me, I'm still hot. now your
Singe
hands
your
burned.
Why would you touch her?
I literally just heated up. You watched
Yeah, you
it
gotta wait for
happen.
that shit to cool down.
Cross my arm.
I'm like trying to touch it.
Now it's smelly, like it smells now, like microwave fish in the area.
Because of the frog. Yeah.
Just the frog juice.
should move.
The burnt wood would smell nice.
Yeah,
It smells like burnt wood and a frog.
yeah.
Are
Is
you
the frog on a stick?
Are you here?
I'm at camp, yeah. I think that I would probably be wrapping up, like talking to the pixies at this point.
Okay. I'm just wondering if you're part of this conversation. Okay. The two make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, AJ.
Huh?
Not you. My bad.
Okay.
Just mommy.
5.
Okay. Nothing else.
Oh, cool. My mind didn't explode like I thought it would. Well, thank goodness for that. Oh, that's unhealthy.
Alright, do we see you guys come back?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That's what I see.
I don't make an effort of hiding it, and as of today, I've always been wearing this really big, extravagant dress. So I did really like that. I've decided retroactively that Isabel wears this huge fucking Victorian dress.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, to cover that spider ass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fat fire ass.
I think that is fucking dope.
Having had my memories been walked into, do I suddenly remember a guy like this at that show?
Good point. You don't remember anything.
So-
You don't remember that experience. As far as you're concerned, nothing's happened.
Does that go for all of us?
Yeah.
Like, I still have the experience as a memory, but it's unaltered.
Yeah, the only thing that... Yes, exactly. Yeah. So for everyone, no, the four of you do not remember that experience.
Yes, like Jean-Luc, when that really happened to you, like Jean-Luc wasn't there,
Okay,
Yes.
is how I'm understanding this.
Yes.
Okay.
cool.
Oh yeah, sorry. So those experiences still happen to you, yes. Yeah.
They didn't like take the experience.
Just to be clear, it's not abundantly clear that we're the only two that remember this stuff.
No, we have no reason to presume that right now.
That they
Well,
don't remember that. Yeah.
maybe, I think
I would say you
I
can
think-
presume it because I'm just dancing and doing nothing.
I think Isabel is assuming that just because we are the two who went through the door, and Isabel is more curious, like, if anything, like, why we were shown other people's memories, and even, like, why specifically your memories? Because, like, not that you guys aren't important, but, Isabel doesn't have the context of who are and are not the PCs, and there are other people who are going on these adventures with us, like King and Plume, and we didn't see any of their memories. So
did.
that's...
You would
Interesting.
notice that we're not talking about it.
Yeah,
It
and
seems
Isabel
like
even
something
asked,
we
like,
were
did you see
talking
one of mine? And he said no, and Isabel didn't remember
Yeah.
seeing one of hers, so she's like, okay, why am I excluded? What do Kay and I, for example, have in common that the rest of you don't? That's kind of what Isabel is puzzling in her mind right now.
Both owl bears.
That's a bite. That's a biter.
No, it's an owl bear.
Yeah, Dia does not look like she was just involved in the death of a baby fawn. But well, actually,
I was gonna say, would I know it if
yeah. Did I get to eat it though? Did I eat it in the dream?
Because if
No?
so, then like you'd be
Yeah.
dancing and having a jolly good time.
Yeah, I am.
Which,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm very happy
she's
right
dancing,
now.
yeah.
MJ would be a little shook if he remembered pulling an umbilical cord out of a baby's ear.
Yeah, we're partying. It's like, okay, it doesn't look like something traumatic just happened to them.
When we get
I am
up and
holding
we
my
see like
stuff,
these
though.
people living normal lives, Isabel is gonna lean over to you and quietly go, "You can let them know what happened at your own discretion, but personally, I would not like finding out that my privacy had been compromised in such intimate moments. It may cause undue duress for them."
You think they don't remember?
I don't think they were there. It was you and I who slipped through the door, sir.
I'll just go back to the silver table like nothing happened. Just
No.
to drive the point home even harder.
Not to mention, Dia seems a bit jolly right now, all things considered.
I see Dia moving around and I play a little tune.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. We're making. All I can think about is that Navy Imperial episode with the smoke alarm,
That might
where they
occur
have
to Jean-Luc,
bands.
by the
Where
way.
I don't know.
But I'm
Yeah,
just
I'll
gonna
put it
shine a light on. This is the first time you've ever heard Isabel refer to someone without an honorific.
Who did you refer to?
Dia. I just called her Dia. Not your radiance, Dia, who glows so bright.
Wow, disrespectful.
Extremely. Yeah.
Yeah.
For her, yeah.
Thank goodness you didn't hear me.
Was it clear in the memory that Dia had this spot and then we killed Cure and then she didn't have the spot?
Yeah.
That was very clear.
That's very clear.
She no longer has the spot.
So it seems.
What do you make of that? Those were just memories. How could that be?
I want to roll Arcana because I have the urge to like start rattling off shit about like time travel through memories. But I want to check that against like Isabel's understanding of the universe and like what she knows. Does that make sense?
Okay. We went 88 miles per hour down there.
That's a 19.
Yeah, I think, Isabel would have a pretty decent understanding of powerful arcana in like a textbook sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think like if you want to use some of that knowledge in this one, I think that's fine.
Okay. Well, again, it's knowledge that I'm pretty much making up, so that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I will say, time travel has always been possible through dreams and memories, as are many other things, like communication and intimacy.
So you're saying all that happened?
It may have, at least in one layer of reality. Do you know the same thing can happen twice in two different ways? And both are true. The world is a marvelous place, sir, when you can see it for what it really is.
If all that really happened, in some way,
But it also didn't. And I think we caught a glimpse of another way that it happened. They weren't there, and when they saw it, it was different. Because we weren't there.
you're saying both happened.
Yes, and in one case, it was only for us.
Said Dia.
It is a complicated matter. So if you don't understand, just trust me.
I think if it happened and they were there, they ought to know.
At your own discretion, sir. It can be hard to hold two versions of reality in your head.
Looks at Dia again.
God has left us.
I like that Dia is like the personification of ignorance is bliss right now.
Yeah.
Moving, having a great time.
Before this, huh?
Well, yeah, it feels
Dia's
like we
the-
just had a
Dia's
breakthrough.
Dia's like the child character, you know, I'm just booping around like freshly. And you're also one, I think the one who was most dramatically affected by this memory sequence, by like killing Cure and.
Yeah, and I am completely don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing. And whatever, yeah, but what I do think happened is me doing all that stuff helped. And now I'm like, I think I fixed it myself,
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
I'm excited
Both
that
things can be true.
it seems like there is a way to reverse it. Don't know what the fuck you did because I can't do a sacred flame on myself, but I'm filled
I
with.
can do a sacred flame on you.
I don't think that's necessary. We'll find a different way for me.
We've
No.
seen what happens when you do that to other
But
people.
no, AJ it has like a flicker of hope for the first time in like a long ass time after the conversation with you and seeing that it is possible to reverse whatever this is. Like there's a flicker of hope going on, and of course I like just got a new guitar, so doing around on it. I saw her dancing. I'm like, okay, well that needs some music.
I'm gonna start boiling water for tea.
I got a question about the table. Is there anything sharp and
Does
silver?
the same.
I think you had, remember last session, you had checked it for full silver. Wait, table as in which table?
The table that everybody put their stuff on.
Yeah, you had actually checked it last time for silver.
Yeah, is there anything sharp and silver?
Oh,
The silver weapon.
yeah, there's no silver weapons.
No.
No.
Okay.
From our, I think, if I remember correctly, I believe you rolled last time.
Yeah.
There's no silver weapons, but there's plenty of scrap. So it's possible, like, you know, there might be like some like scrap kind of silver, like maybe some sharp coins, for example. But aside from that, it's not like a sword, nothing like refined.
Okay. How does making a weapon like homebrew work? Could I potentially try to make spike knuckles with these sharp scraps?
Ooh. You would need some sort of way to hold it within your hand. So you would need some sort of resource that is going to be able to be attached that way. And then you need to be able to sharpen the silver.
I have a crazy idea. What if you did like, you know, like those like nail things where it's like people will nail through a plank of wood.
Nail it into myself.
You mean a nail? Is that the word you're looking for?
No, but like you know the weapon that people will make.
It just jams silver
I don't know
into
what
my
it's
table.
Like the baseball bat full of nails, right?
Yeah.
He'll make a baseball bat full of nails on his arm.
Oh, I
Yeah, you know what I'm
okay.
talking
And then you
about?
use
What
the
hell is
board.
that thing
Okay.
called? Yeah.
It's just a baseball bat
That's
full of nails, right?
very cool.
Actually, is there a name?
Would that augment my
There's gotta be
damage?
an
There might be.
I think if you wanted to do that,
Hang on, sorry, it's just
we
the
could figure out a way
Poor
to make
man's
that
Morningstar.
kind of fun and work. Yeah. I think it makes logical sense based on like what you are.
Like I could polymorph and then turn back into table, but still holding the silver, and it's like
That was
Yeah, so I guess, well, I mean, it's one thing if you nail it in, it's another thing if you're just holding it. Like, obviously, if you hold it, it might have some sort of effect against, like, a creature that is obviously going to succumb to silver. But if you nail it in you,
Lovely. Thanks so much.
despite maybe the, you know, obviously, potentially permanent damage that you might do, you also it would be more likely that you would connect with some sort of silver, especially if it's sharper in some sort of way.
Nail that spike bat.
yeah, I'll go with that.
Spike bat.
You just need a way. So if you're gonna do it to yourself, you're gonna need a way to. You're gonna essentially need a way to be able to kind of like sharply enough be able to pierce your own wood. So
Well, good thing we don't have any of that.
okay. So you guys are around camp. If you want, because I know we have a couple things we want to do, this might be a good time for downtime.
This would be lovely, yeah.
Yeah, and I for downtime actually because I was waiting for my opportunity to boop up to you.
Okay, cool.
Isabel is doing 3 things at once, and then she turns her head to you anyway while all of her arms are doing different things.
Look, my spot is gone.
And I'm going to twirl her in.
It worked.
Oh, that is wonderful, my dear. How did you manage that?
I used sacred flame on myself many times. Many, many, many times.
Are you okay?
I am now. It hurts.
Your flames are mighty and potent.
Yes.
You see, this is
That's
wonderful
the
news. Perhaps,
It has a cure of sorts.
yes. if we can make it less dangerous for our friends, then perhaps. I look at you like two of my eyes
You
are like
assume I'm
wide
looking
open,
back
and
at
now
you.
I have two like narrow ones, and I'm like, I think we could solve this
Cough your
problem
teeth.
together, your aliens.
I already got the jitters. I had too much.
Yes.
I would like a time, perhaps after tomorrow, to study you and your magic.
Yes, if I survive the attack.
I promise.
Speaking of, we should do traps. I can be big.
I kind of nod my head towards. One of the three things I'm doing is that three of my hands are producing silk, and then I'm like spooling it. I'm spooling it around a one of your rolling pins that I have appropriated for this one. I'm like,
Sure, you can use it. Wow.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, loser didn't ask.
Yeah.
One of our wooden friends was considering traps and asked me to produce a spool for them. You should speak to him.
Yes. Who is the wooden friend?
Oh,
More than one of us are in the wood.
Yeah.
Mr. Tree.
The tree. Okay.
Mr. Jawhinge is knowledgeable about many things, but I'm not sure traps are one of them.
Great. I am thinking we could light things on fire, trap them in the net, and then burn them.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
Okay, I will go find the tree. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. Is your web flammable?
I can assume.
Spider's silk and web is generally flammable, I believe. I think like the web spell even says that like if flames introduced, the whole thing goes up, which is pretty fun.
What you could do
It's one of the fun parts of using web.
Yeah, I'm kind of treating this as like the web spell that you're casting, essentially.
Yeah.
an idea. Shit ton of webs up in the treetops. Set it on fire, it's gonna let go, blanket of fire. Falls down.
I'll give you much as I can make.
So we didn't have the resources on there before because we were obviously doing a couple other things. That is some of the resources that you guys have covered. So that's refuge, faith, and magic.
Just so you know, guys, I'm gonna take out that pasta.
All right. Downtime. All right. So we're gonna go around the table, and we're going to, just like we did before, we're going to, everyone can make a choice of like what they might want to do during this downtime. I know for some of us, we want to like set up traps and stuff. That will count as one use of your downtime, essentially. If you would like to use that downtime to do that, you can also use it to scout, harvest a resource. And then it's just a reminder, you can also use it for colony-related stuff. You can hold a colony meeting in this case to get morale up. You can also start a notoriety.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just to let everyone know, in case you were thinking about doing this, I am more than happy and perhaps even planning to use one of mine. How many uses do we get? One?
One.
One.
During this downtime.
Oh, see, part of me wants to generate a resource, which is like the silk. But I also want to hold a colony meeting, but I do think that you guys are kind of relying on the silk, so I should do that.
Do we all have to do the colony meeting if it's called?
Everyone will be able to be participant, but whoever calls it essentially initiates it.
And that's the person that uses their downtime.
Correct.
But the meeting doesn't take everyone's downtime.
No, correct.
Solid.
And how much of the day is used in this?
This is down, yeah, the downtime mechanic is roughly about like 2 to 3 hours. It's a short amount of time. I have been going with, essentially, it's about like a fourth of the day.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna make a resource.
Okay. So you're gonna do the silk. So first off, one, you're gonna have the silk to be able to use for the traps. But we are gonna include this as well into safety.
Nice.
Very cool. Sick. Which actually is funny. So everyone, just so everyone knows, there's also things that are listed under these of like what these sort of things might be. Refuge essentially is any defenses, traps, weapons, training, that kind of stuff. And then provisions would be food, water, sunlight, blood, stuff like that.
Can I also just say as an aside,
Yeah.
I mentioned I was boiling water for tea. I like to think that throughout this downtime process, like Isabel's kind of in the main area where we have like the kitchen, essentially, like our fire where we're cooking things. I'm just keeping like hot water on for the next couple of hours. So anyone while they're working so hard, if they want just a little cup of tea.
I
It's
love
there for
that.
them.
I think that's so cute and so awesome. Everyone's gonna get a D4 on anything that I need to roll their inside. That's sick.
Sick.
That's cool. Mixed in, actually, I'll even say mixed in with the fact that you started one on a very balanced breakfast as well. And morale is doing pretty good too. Speaking of, you don't know why, but I'm gonna have you roll a D20.
Mom and dad.
Me?
We're
Yeah.
mom and dad in the colony. Yeah. I love it.
Well, I got a 9.
Okay. Then we stay. In the dream sequence, you made sure that someone didn't become monstrous. While your character doesn't know this, and obviously these characters do, you generated part of this morale, and we just rolled for that DC. But we're still here because we didn't quite meet that. You rolled a 9.
Nice. I didn't even think of that. So that's a good thing. Yeah, because I already finished the rumor. So
Yeah.
now anytime I do that, it's a morale boost.
Yep. Oh, it's worth mentioning, I'm sure, I don't know if anyone's going to try this or not. You can also, just as a part of the downtime activity, add in one of these dots. Instead of needing to act through it, you can just spend this downtime kind of like, essentially like just spreading around the camp that like, yeah, I'm this guy that does this, like, essentially.
Yeah.
Just talking to every single person in the camp.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it
it
takes
takes some time.
You got up pamphlets.
No, it does, yeah.
This is what
Yeah,
I do.
it's just like talking to everybody and starting.
Yeah.
It takes your day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear that I like to do this?
Who said that?
So that is your downtime activity.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go get noodles. Does anybody else want any?
I'm good at the
The
moment.
noodles?
Yeah, Liz made pasta salad.
I would love some pasta salad.
The problem is forks. I did take the last fork. I know that that
I will
Yeah.
eat it with
should
my
always
mouth
be done, right?
like an animal.
It says that
You
it's
are.
still washing because I checked. But
Sorry.
Go home.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be done in a
Go
couple
home.
minutes.
Okay.
I'll probably start
Yeah.
at 10.
Yeah.
30 maybe.
Sorry to like grab that, but I hadn't eaten anything. But yeah, it is.
You made it. It's fine.
We just need forks. That's it.
Okay, I'll go
Partially.
Do you have any plastic forks in your car, Tim?
Plastic facts.
Plastic facts.
Plastic
Need a
facts.
I need a fact.
We can still go around with some of this downtime. Does anyone else know what they're going to do in this downtime?
Traps.
Traps.
Okay, we'll go this way then, since you're very clear too. Is that okay?
Still
okay.
right.
Okay. What's that?
It's still right.
I think it takes time at the end just to like hold the temperature high, and I think that's all that's doing right now.
Great.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll do this. Yeah.
Cool. What is so you're setting traps?
Yes.
Awesome. Clarify for me where you would like to set those traps on the hex here.
I would say. So Badger's digging the holes on the other side of the river.
That's true. Badger is using this downtime to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna roll for how well it goes.
So I would say in that area.
In the same like area where the bridge is.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the nature of the traps you're trying to set?
So they're gonna be snare traps. So
Okay.
like they'll if somebody steps in them, yanked up into the
And
tree.
using partially the wood for this, right? Or sorry, the web for this,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Because I don't have that much work.
Awesome. Great. So I know you guys.
Yeah, I'm essentially casting the snare spell.
Awesome.
If he's digging holes, you can make pitfall traps using the
that
weapons
was-
on the
yeah,
table.
Yeah, that was part of the the other part of the trap. Yeah.
You just acquired this resource, but that is using the resource. So you're going to use this resource to set up those traps. I'm going to have you roll me a survival check with the D4, yeah, let's see what you get. See how well you set up these traps.
Is it cocked? Is it cocked?
That's the rule.
How it goes.
unfortunate.
I'm good at survival, but not that good. That's gonna be 13.
Okay. All right. It's worth mentioning that it would have been without your good survival and without your guys' setup, it would have been abysmal.
Oh,
So, 13.
Very bad.
I'll work it down. With
I am going to expend 4 of my first level spells to actually cast the snare spell on 4 of these.
okay, that does lower the DC considering you're using some actual slots. So mark those slots. Cool. So you set up some snare traps. I'm gonna actually mark this in yellow here at this crossing. I think you have the foresight to not just set them up around the bridge, but also to set them up a little bit past the bridge too, for when they are inevitably feeling like they've gotten past certain traps and they enter the woods. Awesome. Alright, we have some snare traps. Remind me of that roll again.
13.
Awesome. Fantastic. Alright, we'll move right on down. We have AJ.
Hey, I was going to go collect that magic resource.
Okay. Awesome.
Sick.
AJ, you go down and this is where that field of flowers is. And these are these magical moats. So you go down and you pass. I will say, as you go down, you're kind of following the river. You do pass.
I would imagine I'm trying to use the river because I can go faster.
I love that. Sure. So
Everybody who gets their water from that river dies.
you go through the river. The river is already kind of icky.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
You go down the river.
Sword
You
in the Merrimack.
do pass the bridge that leads to Baba Yaga's house. That looks relatively the same. And then the scarecrow kind of waves as you pass.
Hell yeah.
I jump out and be like,
Keep those for scarecrow real quick. And move on.
You make it to the field. You're able to collect some of these magical notes. There's quite a bit more than before. You do still see the shard here as well.
okay.
But you're able to collect the notes and acquire a resource without needing to grab that, but it is here.
I don't want to grab it without knowing everyone else is also on board with also having it.
You do feel as you kind of enter this field, because it is magically imbued with the shard, you do feel some relief from your symptoms for a brief moment.
I know that that there's more of them. I would not be the first person to want to use it to feel magical effect relief, mostly because I know that King needs one for his so I will kind of just exist for a moment, because I'd imagine this doesn't feel great. I imagine I do not feel awesome, so I'm just gonna sit and exist in that feeling for a moment of just that second.
Hey! Are you feeling okay? You look a little sick.
Yeah, I'm not feeling amazing, but we're alive and the sun is shining. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, the sun.
Yeah, the sun.
Yeah. You look like you have some troubles that you could lay down for, right now for me if you wanted to. I'm a pretty good listener.
Distribute.
I think I've done all the talking about my situation that I want to do.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You come to take more of our magical boots.
I think we'll go.
Okay, bye. I'm so lonely. Please.
Oh God.
Ever since my husband died. And the kids left.
Yeah.
Right? The kids are off to school. And
You collect that resource?
Magic. Magical notes.
They
don't even call me anymore.
Awesome.
So lonely in this big house. Long for the embrace of a man.
Me when I long for the embrace of a man.
I don't
Do you know
generally long for
what you
that.
want to do for your downtime?
Yeah, I hear those flowers in that field are pretty lonely.
Can we combine downtimes? Is there something that I kind of want to do with John Luke, or is that something we
Oh,
can
shit.
do outside of downtimes?
It depends what you want to do.
What was it you were?
Oh well, it involves this thing that I've been keeping secret from
Is that
everybody.
for me? Thank you.
It might.
Thank you,
That was
Yeah, this is lovely.
Thank you, Joken,
It's
for
like on a hot
cooking
day,
the
I'll start soon.
massive block of macaroni.
I think you have a moment. If you wanted to have a
Okay.
scene with Jean-Luc asking him in character, you might have a moment. Outside of that.
I do have an idea what I want to do in that time. Do you want to do a thing though? What are you thinking? I wasn't listening. I was distributing pasta.
Well, who's around us right now?
Could be just two of us if you want.
You can have a private conversation with him. Call him away from the camp for a second.
There's some business that I want to take care of, and I'm concerned that I may not survive the next fight. So I need someone else to know what I'm doing, and I'd like you to come with me.
Very well.
I'm gonna pull out the dragon shards, hand them to you, and then reach deeper. These to like show you that I was hiding this with the dragon shards, and I flash you a bottle of raw shiitake spores.
Okay. Look.
I failed a friend, but I think I can bring it back in a certain way.
Bring him back.
Remember when I said about the healing potion?
Yes.
It's engineered from rock. And out there one day, you came back with some magical pollen.
Yes.
Mushrooms feed off of trees. I believe I may be able to combine the three. Shitaki's child could exist, possibly even with his memories, and be immune to the mock. But some in the party may not agree with this. Some may sabotage this.
It sounds to me like wild speculation, but I mean, you've been right thus far.
It's a complete scatterbrained idea, but I don't want to leave this unattempted.
Correct.
This is what I'm trying to do.
If it does give life to something, I mean, it might not be shiitake, it could be something worse.
Well, these are his souls. It
Yes.
would at least be his child. And I deeply regret that they couldn't help him.
Likewise. Is this something you wanted to try before tomorrow? Sounds
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why are you coming to me with this though?
You're the closest with him. And I'd like some backup.
Back up for what, in case it does give birth to something horrible?
There's a lot of shit out there that wants to kill us.
Yes.
That's really it.
Oh. Okay.
And you were very close to him.
Right. Oh, right, okay. So you're coming to me out of courtesy.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't see why not. I mean, if you want to concoct something from the essence of shiitake, I mean,
I would simply be
He was-
setting up the ability for a mushroom to grow.
yes.
And then I plant the warhammer in the ground using this. It's a tree, stump with a stick.
Mm.
You could grow from it.
He was made of good, decent stuff, let me say that. I've never met anyone with such stalwart character.
Which is why I'd like to try to make amends.
I think it's worth a shot.
Is this something we would do with downtime or something we can do outside of that?
So you have shiitake spores. What are the other things you're using in your attempt for this ritual?
The muck-based greater hero potion.
Mhm.
And then go to where the magic spores are to get the
The
spores.
magic motes, these guys.
Yeah, the magic flowers. They get them to feed off the plants.
Lonely grandmothers.
The magic plants. To try to get a super fast mushroom growth. And potentially have him be naturally immune to the muck.
Okay, so I understand the placement of the spores here, and I also understand the way the magic flowers and the magic mote in the field works here. How does the greater healing potion work with this?
It's muck based.
Okay.
I turned this muck into a healing potion.
Right.
I neutralized it and it's no longer toxic.
Right.
So this is, it's a vaccine. That's what I'm trying to make. Make something born of this vaccine.
Make a medicine check for me.
I love the scientific.
Because it's a dead virus is what I'm getting at.
Very cool, yeah.
You know what's even cooler about it? He's a table.
Well, let's hope I don't
You're
fuck this up.
table.
Let us not
Who out of this
forget.
party is most likely to be anti-vax?
Oh, 12, but
Oh,
plus
I
4,
feel like
16.
Tia just cured herself with fire, so she's like an ivermectin.
Actually,
really.
yeah.
I got a 12,
She's like,
but
yeah,
your
it's just
fantastic
forced
breakfast gave me a 16.
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
Wow.
Okay. So all of the logic here is pretty sound. The thing that you're as you kind of like parse this information, I think you're realizing that like so vaccine logic is pretty sound. The logic of potentially something growing really fast from Shiidake's spores also seems pretty logical. I think you're just not these two things enacting into the same thing. That might be trickier.
Which is fine. This is just going to be a set and forget in case I die here.
I think also,
Seti spaghetti.
but I think leaving them both in the same place, while they might not have an effect on each other, they might inadvertently have an effect. Like you think that it's possible that
I'd be like pouring them into the same bottle.
yeah, so that you're not sure. I think like that is uncharted territory. You're like the sort of I think what
I'm trying to play God. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I was gonna say so
Yeah, I'm thinking Frankenstein here, yeah.
Yeah.
you might be creating something that might you have no precursory knowledge for this. What I will say is that
This is also
there is
slightly deceitful. I fully
Sure.
intend to harvest this and try to make a cure.
there is a part of you that goes, there might be something about this magically that I need to figure out. And you do know some people who are pretty adept at magic that you could ask their opinion on.
And one of them is particularly spidery.
I love the quote. This reminds me, by the way, the only difference between what is it? The difference between just fucking
It's
around
the
and
Mythbusters
science.
one.
Yeah,
It's
you
writing
know
it down.
exactly. Yeah.
The only
It's writing it
difference
down. Yeah, the only
between-
difference between yeah.
I'm
So yeah,
I'm
we're fucking
trying to
around.
play
We're gonna write it
God.
down. So we're doing science.
Trying to revive Shiitake, but I'm also kind of a little bit torture the thing and
Yeah.
try to extract a cure from it.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Part one to save everyone else.
Shit like this, by the way, is why last session Jean-Luc was like, what did you do before the apocalypse? You know what I mean? Because if you were like, I was a scientist for 25 years, you know, working in research, I'd been like, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, essentially what I'm saying is that you're trying a science experiment, and part of that experiment is magic. It might be helpful to have a magical scientist. But
Some people say
the medicine
it's
checks
not
out.
noticeable, but I think when I stand like
Medicine
this,
checks
it's pretty
out.
obvious.
So should I, since
yeah, you are a table.
he already used his downtime thing, should I wait till after downtimes?
What was it you were intending? So I think that information you obviously got from that role. I'm not necessarily making that your downtime, and this conversation wasn't necessarily your downtime.
Yeah, role playing isn't necessarily.
No, I mean the going off and doing this part.
That can be part of your downtime. If you wanted to once again role play and have a conversation with another PC here, I will allow that outside.
Yeah, because it's a continuation of you trying to make this thing.
But I would
Yes.
be pulling you in even though you've already spent your downtime.
Yeah. So I guess
Almost
let's.
like the group leading rules.
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say the way this kind of works. The reason why I kind of have it as I've established a downtime mechanic is essentially me saying we might have stuff that we want to do in essentially 3 hours. Which means that like if you're doing a task that is going to take you 3 hours, that's downtime. But if you're doing a task where you go and pull John Luke for a 5-minute conversation and then our friend here for a 5-minute conversation, that will not be a problem. They will still be able to do their task.
Yeah, if
and you will still be
anything,
able to do yours.
I've got like 2 hands making tea, I've got 3 weaving the silk, and the last one I'm like holding this necklace and just kind of staring at it.
Well, I intend
And
to
so,
bring you.
and so, yeah, you come over to me and I'm in the middle of doing all of these things and I'm like, yeah, what do you need? You know what I mean? And then if I have to like put something down for a minute and go with you.
I would intend to bring you.
Yeah, sure.
I see. I'm not going to count that against your downtime.
Yeah. We'll even say that like, oh yeah, I'm going somewhere, sure, and then while I'm there I just have this spool.
Yeah. And actually, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, this can't possibly need my full attention.
Okay.
Well, if anything, this does not need my full attention.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
It's good to clarify because I know the downtime mechanic itself is like different.
I'm trying to clarify everything.
No, from normal D&D, it's good to clarify.
It's good to know, yeah.
I'm trying to play God in a game when I'm not God. You're God.
We'll see. You
You should GM, you'll learn that that's not true.
Adam, would you like any help?
Sure.
Where is it? There you go. Right here. Oh, my hands. Yeah.
Did you want to have a scene with our friend?
Yeah.
Sure.
I believe we may need a third for this.
A third for what? Pray tell.
Oh. Isabel, it's good you're here.
Oh, I didn't realize you were above over my shoulder.
I was spying on you.
Oh, then you're all cut up then.
Yes.
What do you think?
So are you on board?
I am willing to provide consultation. I am skilled in transmutation.
Then how would we head out?
Okay. All 3 of you, or do you want to come too? Or just the 2 of you?
I intentionally wanted him to come, because like I'm trying to revive his best friend.
Yeah, it seems narratively
Great.
meant for me to be there, yeah. Great. We go.
The 3 of you go down to.
Like, I imagine like a ballad song playing here, like.
I think the 3 of you go down to the field. You see AJ.
Everything I do.
You see AJ leaving the field.
Oh?
Yeah, I was over here collecting a resource.
Right.
How do you look?
How do I look?
Froggish.
Are you?
Froggy.
You kind of had a moment in.
Oh, they caught me in my just like vibing moment.
So I'm weaving with one hand, and I have a pot of tea in one hand. And I go, oh, hello, my dear. And I reach, and I take a little teacup, and I
Oh, hey!
hand it to you.
Thank you. I'm vibing so hard right now, and the tea is just making me that much nicer. Hey, you probably feel this too. Just being here, this makes it feel a little bit less sucky.
There are now 3 dragon shards in close vicinity.
It's good to get out.
Huh?
I said, it's good to get out.
I have like one of the bags that you made, and I'm like stuffing it with things.
I kind of take a knee and I look at you and I say, we will cure ourselves.
Yeah.
The first step towards discovery is belief.
You're right.
So do not give in to despair, my child.
Feeling slightly hopeful for the first time in a few days, I think.
Do cleanse house. It is the way to succeed.
Hey, so I'm down here collecting these. What the hell are you guys doing?
Is that a dragon shard? Out in the open. Away from any danger. That we
Yeah,
could have had
it's-
this whole time.
It's been there, yeah. Well, we kept it here because we didn't want to.
Fuck no. That's why I had to ask somebody to get me here. I'm the only one that never came. And I'm staring at this dragon shard that
Oh, in the field. Oh,
Yeah, we kept it here because we didn't want
We
to.
want the flowers to grow and like keep producing this magic.
Yeah.
that I'm just staring at this dragon shard that could have saved a lot of bullshit.
Oh, yes, it is.
We haven't been back down here. And the moats are very beneficial for us.
He just silently walks off.
I thought he was
Okay.
part of that conversation.
No, I never asked. I just saw you come back with a whole bunch of pollen.
Oh.
I had no idea it was a dragon shard here.
Shit, I forgot he wasn't part of that conversation.
Okay.
Well, he's pissed at me. Can someone else go talk?
Come back.
I didn't go far. I just
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you do the dramatic walk off. I do the.
no.
Dramatic
I take a Shitaki's warhammer and I plant it. I don't know. Are there like magic?
Oh, so you did do the thing.
Are there like magic looking veins coming out of this, like roots and stuff?
Yeah.
He's asking the planet.
Oh, sorry.
Keep going. Yeah.
I was asking God about that.
Yeah. So it looks like
One and the same.
there is a couple vines like that come out from the ground that all these like kind of guys are attached to all these flowers, and they look like veins, and they're kind of wrapped around this shard that's sitting kind of in the middle, kind of elevated up in the air, very similar to the way you found the other one. And there's a bunch of flowers here, and they're all dancing.
Excuse me. Are any of these vines not supporting any life around
Oh,
here
you're wrong
currently?
with that.
What do you mean?
I intend to try to revive a friend. To put it straightforward.
Did you lose someone?
Unfortunately.
Sorry, it's so
The rave music in the background.
Oh, that is very sad. We lost someone last week. They will. But then they came back.
Life is great.
Oh yeah, Terrence, get it.
Lamers come out.
Oh,
What the hell?
this is my jam.
Hey, Cody.
This is significantly less awful than the storm, but okay.
Yes, if we remove the dragon shard, the music stops. That would really put a damper on
It's coming out of the dragon shard.
The dragon shard is blinking, like a little like in different colors.
Vibrating like a speaker.
Yep. Did you have any other questions?
Where can I put this where it might pick up a little bit of magic?
Where are you holding?
The warhammer. I'm not holding it, it's like on the ground, this thing's heavy.
Okay. So the plants, as you start to scrape the ground, went, hey, watch it, buddy. I'm dancing here. Unbelievable.
What a dick.
What a trick.
I would like get into a barren spot.
Oh, everyone around it. Whoa.
Wow.
Okay. So I guess if you put it next to the ball of light, then it might be
The ball of light.
a ball of light.
What's its name?
Are they-
Disco.
Are they talking about the shard or Dia?
The shard.
Oh.
These that can, I think.
So if you put it near that, it's possible something might happen.
Oh my god, Terrence, your petals.
Oh my god, I know.
Okay, I carefully put it as close to it as I can without actually hurting any of the dancing plants.
Oh, look out, buddy. Yeah, you're able to do that fine. Yeah, so you get it really close.
I try to like coax a vine to like wrap around the handle. I have it upside down.
Grabs around it.
I get to work with the potions then. Isabel, could you perhaps assist me?
Yeah, so some things that I think Isabel can contribute is she can kind of like monitor and keep track of like what magic stuff is happening here. Something else that like I don't really know like how you want to do this, but like one of her meta magics is that she can transmute elements into other elements in magic. So if that becomes pertinent or useful, like maybe I could do something like that for a sorcery point.
This is so cool. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. Okay.
I wasn't lying. I'm bringing back Shiitake.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got like a sperm bank operation going on here. I'm into it.
She's
Okay.
next.
What do you do first? So you have the hammer down here. The shard glows. One of the vines that you coaxed towards it. Did you grab onto it?
He's coming back, goddammit.
No! I'm gonna kill him again. I mean, this is why I asked you for a description of it. And now I know it's all wood and it's a stump on a stick.
Yeah.
So the stump that's on the ground now, I'll use it as like a table, and I'll start.
Yeah, I have
I'll take out my kit and I'll start working on trying to get a viable spore.
This is probably.
So you're going
However the
to.
hell mushroom people do that.
Well, so you have spores.
Got the spores, I got the potion. I'm gonna try to combine them and get one to, I guess, whatever mushrooms do, attach, germinate.
Make a nature check.
Good thing I'm terrible at those. Do I still have T powers?
I think those were no, those were T powers. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say for this is still part of the same downtime activity.
Sure. Can they help me at all with this? Because I'm pretty bad at nature.
Can they help?
Yeah.
You can ask.
I mean, I am kind of actively trying to help, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Unless I'm doing something completely unrelated.
I'll let you roll with advantage. Sure.
Awesome.
Okay.
Nature trait. I think I'm actually proficient in nature. If I remember correctly. I've never had to use it, but
Well,
yeah,
we-
I'm like a nature.
Depending, I can also lend a bard.
I mean, that being said, my intelligence is bad, so it's still only +3. But
I mean, we're trying to revive shiitake and make a super immune shiitake.
But stronger, faster.
Cody's like, I
He's the
can't
one to
do
say
this.
I'm not taking part. I'm proficient in nature. I'm not taking
Oh,
part in
I
this.
intentionally left you behind in camp because I knew your character killed shiitake, and I don't want you anywhere near this
I
about
want to
it.
say nature. If we're like contributing to some sort of ritual here, I think John Luke absolutely would like say a prayer, for sure, 100%.
The flowers all echo your prayer.
I'm
Oh, okay,
humming
that's
like
First one was a 3, so good thing I got advantage.
I'm humming some sort of like song about nature that would
I got a 3
normally
twice.
say.
That sucks.
Oh hell yeah.
This is your nature check.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
what do you
like a hymn of the Feywild or some shit, or
7, 8, 9. I got a 9 total.
Okay. I think you try to reach for some sort of knowledge about like how spores with mushrooms work, and I think the only thing that comes to mind at first is to open the bottle and pour. The healing potion. You aren't sure how that should be involved, but for the most part, I mean, like the spores need to be existent with everything else to be able to do anything.
Yeah, right. I'll just pour it in a ring. Actually, I'll take the dagger I have and just rough up the wood. Help it soak in there better.
Cool. So you pour it in. So you said rough up the wood, but you mean the ground, correct?
No, the stump. The stump that is the warhammer. Shiitake's warhammer.
You're gonna pour these spores into the warhammer.
Yes. I'm
Interesting.
getting all symbolic about this.
I like that. I see where you're going with this. Cool. So you pour them into the
I
warhammer.
carve a ring, pour the stuff into the ring, so I can like get deeper into it, a little deeper, and then I just pour the healing potion on top of it.
Great. The spores themselves are not liquid. They're obviously just like these leftover kind of spores. So you do you're able to kind of get almost like a spice around, and then you pour the liquid in.
we just preheat the oven to a low 325, let it sit for 2.5 hours, and then put on the side of the hammer.
I do have prestidigitation, I can heat it up.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That's the thing I can do with it, right?
They do. I think mushrooms do like humidity.
I warm the section.
Would I know that mushrooms at least like humidity?
Like you make it warm.
I'm gonna let just because you have two kind of we have obviously the nature guy here. If I think you know that shiitake prefer the wolf. So I think if you wanted to share that knowledge, that's something to roll for.
Yes, he loved those warm summer days.
Is this out in the sun, or is it like under trees?
Yeah, it's pretty bright here, but extra warmth isn't a bad thing.
I can, like I said, I can prestidigitate and then just make the stump a little bit more.
I think so. You pour the liquid. The liquid is the important part because the heat is good, but the water is important. So you do see that this liquid seeps very quickly into the wood and through the spores. And then you start seeing these small little caps begin to grow on the weapon.
Oh well, damn, that was a lot faster than I thought. I was expecting a week.
No obvious signs of sentience.
The spirit is eager and willing.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
10.
You see the shard glow in response to this kind of happening, first and foremost. I think you also are able to kind of sense that based on like the way the liquid kind of seeps in and kind of disappears, that I think you kind of get the sense that some sort of necromantic effect happened.
Okay.
If it's necromantic,
I'm always.
would speak with dead do anything here?
Do you share that knowledge?
What a brilliant question. Does
Oh.
Isabel share this knowledge? I think so. I can't think of a reason why she wouldn't. And while I think generally it's not in her nature to say things unless she has to, I think it's narratively satisfying if this gets to happen. So in this case, I'll say that she's slightly uncharacteristically unsecretive.
Yeah, like maybe I've been asking you, like, oh, what does that affect?
Yeah, especially if you asked, like, that's the thing, she wouldn't say anything unless she felt like she had to, but if you asked,
Yeah.
she would just tell you.
Because like I see you as like an adult figure in my life, like a guardian figure. I'm like a kid asking you questions all the time.
Okay, yeah, then I'll explain,
There is a piece of nothing about mushrooms. They're different from us. They're not quite alive, but they're not quite dead.
Not quite alive.
They exist in a perpetual state of undeath.
If they're undead, would speak with dead still work?
It's worth a try. The first step to discovery is belief.
Can that be ritual cast?
Yeah. Oh wait, can it?
I don't actually.
I don't have my phone on me. I'm sorry.
Look it up.
I kind of want to
Is it
say
a
no.
cool necklace like a baldur's gate it can be?
I'll check.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because I have all my spell slots. Not a problem.
You cannot ritual cast this.
Cool. Spell slot it is.
Okay.
I start playing like the Worm song on my guitar.
Oh, I love this one.
I'm intently on the. It's on the ground for about 2 hours, but I'm writing so many notes right now.
Science. Science is cool, kids.
Fucking much right now.
I gotta think about this for 1 second.
while you're
about it
writing
for
this
1
down,
second.
I'll just remark.
Do you know the difference between magic and science? Is mostly just a bit of noise.
You see 2 ghosts, 2 specters come from the liquid. One of them is shiitake, clear as day. And one of them is the fawn. Now, I'm gonna be so clear. You recognize the fawn.
Oh, we all see these.
Oh yeah, I think, yeah, 'cause Speak with Dead does kind of, yes, so you guys all do see this. Everyone sees shiitake, everyone sees this fawn. You 2 know it to be the fawn that you saw in that room.
Okay. Isabel, a remark.
How interesting. Perhaps we should ask them some questions too.
Can we
I'll
tell
kind
that
of
this is
suggest
the
you.
original Sataki?
It looks like shiitake.
I
Good luck
think,
asking him questions.
I think,
can't talk.
unlike you, I think Jean-Luc just, when he sees the fawn, just exclaims, cure, as he looks at him. So he says that loud. Like, instantly recognizes the fawn.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
That's
Actually, the two of you also make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
17?
Are we still T boosted?
This will not count.
Yeah, okay. Don't get it. Let's see that.
18.
T has its
15.
limits.
Okay, so what did you get?
17?
Okay, what did you get?
15.
What did you get?
18.
You're not sure why, but you recognize the fawn. It looks strangely familiar, and you get this sickening sense from it.
I start rubbing my stump. I'm getting phantom limb pains.
I think, or for some reason, you're brought back to the carnival, and you can't shake this feeling of like abandonment. You instantly see Titania over the fawn again.
Just like I did in the memory.
Just like you did in the
If I
memory.
remember correctly, in the memory, she was kind of looking down at the fawn, being like, "This guy's no good." Like
This time, she's looking down at it, weeping. And she's just fully weeping. And it's like almost like this weird amalgamation of what you're seeing in front of you and clearly some sort of memory that you had. And she looks at you and hands you the crown.
what?
The flower crown that I have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But Titania's handing me the crown that Isabel has?
Mm-hmm. It's gone.
And turns
I
to
take
fist.
your hand and give me that thing. I don't know why, but I don't like it.
Interesting. Isabel,
I turn from AJ to you.
None of you get near it.
do you have that crown with you?
I do.
May I have it? Titania has spoken to me. I believe she wants me to have it in this moment.
Make a insight.
Seven.
You just get this sort of like feverish feeling from Jean-Luc.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can you use a...
Yeah, you get some sort of like extreme, like unrelenting like element from Jean-Luc. Like not just in a I am convicted to this person, I need to do this thing. Like something is happening to him. Something
Okay.
outside of that.
But whether or not the thing is good or bad, something I should or should not be concerned about is up to me to decide.
Yes.
Okay.
Isabel. The crown.
Did she tell you that? With her words?
No, but she made it clear
Clear to you?
that this fawn is evil. And this crown will help vanquish it.
I believe you may be mistaken. And so I will not indulge you.
I saw it clear as day.
There's something very wrong with that fawn. I don't know what.
You see it as well.
Creatures still hover here.
Can we talk to them or only him?
It seems like that AJ, having still casting the spell, it looks like the spell from it to webs, much like your kind of the way you kind of parcel out magic, extend from this spell to these two creatures.
What does this mean for the questions we can ask? Can we ask 5 each,
Good
or do we
question.
have to divvy them up?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. To you, I will say, Titania skips. Titania tips the scales too much. I am acting as a counterweight.
That's what
What do you mean tips the scales too much?
Balance. concern you. Essential. Titania has a way of seeing the world, but it is colored by her own experiences and agenda. It is imperfect, though that may be difficult for you. She may view this fawn a particular way, but personally, I'm not convinced. I don't have enough information. And so, if you truly believe that her will is to destroy it, and you will act on that, then I must be an intervening force.
You would doubt Titania?
I am.
You would allow Shiitake to
Seems-
marry this curse, potentially.
I, like you, Mr. Jawhinge, would like to study this a bit more and draw my own conclusions.
I like to study. I don't like to harm beyond what's necessary.
Then we are in agreement.
This isn't necessary.
It seems that what's wrong with the Feywild is because Titania is locked away. Absent. If anything, helping Titania and doing her will would help assuage any kind of situation.
I believe you are mistaking correlation for causation. Something has changed, and Titania is locked away. Perhaps, instead of one causing the other, the root of both is the same. Or perhaps they're completely unrelated. How could you know? And for all you know, the Feywild is fine. It's just changing. This is the way of things.
Titania's voice, this is the way of things, reverberates in your head.
In my Okay.
As Isabel says.
Oh, okay, I remember.
Some things ever change, Sir Onion.
Not like this, I think.
Well, then you deny the evidence of your own experience.
Are we not following your agenda by following your decisions as well?
You don't have to agree with me. Where there is one booming voice saying one thing, I will stand as its opposition. If for no other reason, then both sides of it are worth exploring. And may draw your own conclusion.
That's just an agenda.
You assume very much of me, and you do not know me well.
I assume pretty much nothing of you.
Great.
You recognize this fawn as well. You had no problem killing him before.
You've seen it before?
Wisdom save, both of you.
Why do you have a problem killing it now?
Ooh, that's funny.
Because I understood the reality of the situation
Or
and viewed it
I'll
as
say it.
without consequence. This is real. Real in an impactful way, a tangible way.
Something ticks your guys' brain when they say that you almost like, when they say that, you're almost reminded of something and then immediately lose it.
I don't think. Thank you.
Both of you have that experience where it feels like you're reminded of something and then you immediately can't grasp what that thing you were reminded of was. As they talk about having done this before.
Yeah. But you told me about an hour ago that there can be more than one reality.
A story is a reality. It can affect you, it can give you ideas, it can change things in the real world, but it is a story.
Are we not writing our own stories right now?
Yes.
I guess. But I will not give it to you.
Simply because you wanted to find Titania?
Because I want to learn more. If we kill this thing, that's the end of it. We don't learn anything. And what if we're wrong? It would be an ignorant, ill-informed decision, and I will not abide it. Remember, there are two sides to every coin, and Titania's but one.
I think that does speak to Jean-Luc because the Feywild is like this land of both the Summer Court and the Winter Court. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like it wouldn't exist without both of them. And yet Titania is just one of the courts.
At any rate, we need to figure out what we can ask these guys before we make any kind of decisions.
Your natural 20 on your
Oh,
Arcana
holy
check.
fuck.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20 on Arcana.
Which would be a big moment, and I was like, well, wait, because we're not going to take moments. You have seen the sort of thread connect to a body before. And you know that when it connects, it sometimes lifts up the body, right? And then you're able to ask it 5 questions. You've never seen it connect to 2 before. You have the sense that you probably, whatever question that you ask, you'll be asking both Shiitake and the Fawn.
Oh, both. Oh, cool. Wow. Hey, that was cool, by the way. I like the Frodo wears the ring kind of interaction. That was cool.
Something about this too, most bodies only have one soul. Most things only have one soul.
Shiitake was the best.
Not this, whatever this is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Above the table, when the questions get asked, I want you to speak in the voice you think that they would have understood you. So that way you don't have to grunt. Okay.
I was debating if I was like, oh, I think Titania would speak for him, but I'm like, nah.
That's kind of, we could also do that too. I don't mind. But I think it's kind of narratively, yeah.
I think at the point where we all knew Shiitake, because he blew spores like around everybody more than once, we're definitely able to like mentally interpret his words.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Okay.
There's a lot of power
So-
in this fucking spell.
They killed the
Let's go.
fawn that was connected to Dia.
We don't remember that.
You don't remember that.
I don't. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's so much I want to
goddamn.
comment on that, but like, I
Urgh.
can't.
I'm like, cured her, but we don't know that.
Do you want to know more about the fawn before you ask your questions? Because, like, you did just hear me and Jean-Luc talking about how we have seen this fawn
Yeah.
before.
Yes.
And so you
You
would
could
be
ask.
well within your rights to
Yeah.
go, hey, what's up with this fawn?
What is up with this fawn? Let's start gathering that information.
Sure.
You said you killed it before, but it's right here.
I look at Jean-Luc knowingly, because we kind of talked about this happening, and I say, when Sir Anin and I descended into the catacombs of the temple, we found a doorway to the memories of some of the people in our camp,
Oh.
and I walked through them like a visitor.
You were like in our minds?
It was like I was in a story.
That's not concerning at all.
Both of you make a wisdom saving throw.
11.
17.
You take 50 damage. 700 psychic damage. Yeah. You take 6 psychic damage as you feel the intrusion of 2 conflicting memories in your head. One in which one in which these guys were not part of your memory, and one of which in which they were. In your case, you also break through that as well. You take half that damage.
Okay. So how much is it now?
3.
So as that happens, I'll even say, I saw your show. You did wonderfully.
Do we recall the whole experience or no?
What it feels like is it feels like you have two parallel like points of the same experience. And the reason why you took the psychic damage is because your brain is trying to figure out which one is reality.
Well, I'm asking, like, do I remember the Dia part?
Ooh.
That's the only other part that I actually existed in.
Yes, I think that in this case, no. Remember, your memory is
Just my memory and it's all fucky.
I will say, in one of her radiance, Dia, I saw this creature. It was bound to a mirror pool and infected. Dia fed on it. And you, as it happened,
I'm convulsing on the floor.
perhaps best not then. So, to say I know this fawn would be a bit of an exaggeration, but I have seen it before. And it seems deeply rooted in the change in the Feywild right now, though how, I cannot say.
But we can ask it.
Precisely, which is why we shouldn't kill it.
You gotta get the information.
Yeah, but his character's here, and I give him a nasty look.
What the fuck did
Yeah,
you
we
do in the
can't jump to
temple?
that. We can't jump to that.
Certainly not.
We'll keep it an option if we think it might help. But we don't know that right now.
So,
The hell do we want to
ask away.
So you're saying that this was India and now it's in Shiitake?
It is unclear to me. The vision was incomprehensible. I do think that, to some extent, Dia fed on this thing, or its soul, or perhaps something it was joined with.
But why is it in Shiitake's too?
Because I put it in you.
And
Well,
So
there you
it
have it.
when-
stands to reason that it's you.
This thing is tied to the infection, and part of your ritual, if I recall, was the introduction of that same infection. Well, there you go.
it's this thing in us too.
It stands to reason. I need an answer.
Do you have an idea? So I get the sense that I need to speak in whatever language that they speak.
Oh, you mean like with Shiitake?
Oh, no, never mind.
Okay, well, yeah, sorry, I don't think I understood the way you were asking your question.
No, my bad.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Alright,
So
you can understand, I think you get the sense that you could probably ask a question and receive an understanding that you might be able to get.
So-
Albeit maybe cryptic, but...
Got it.
Actually, no, because you're supposed to talk straightforward. So no, I think you know that from the spell. Like, they're supposed to talk in a pretty straightforward way as much as possible.
Okay.
So,
we can.
sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, it's with Speak with Dead, if you've killed it, it might not answer your question. It might straight up refuse.
Yes, that's also true too, yeah.
That's another thing. Like, if it doesn't want to answer it, it doesn't. It won't.
But we're buddies. Who killed it? Tree. You killed it, and you're not here. So
Yeah, he's not here.
I specifically couldn't bring myself to kill it.
So whatever questions that we ask, we should make sure we can try to get more bang for our buck and use questions that they both can answer.
What color is man?
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under a compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of a wild spell.
Wow.
Yep.
Crazy.
Okay, so what are we?
It's your spell.
Questions we want to ask Cure and Shiitake. I mean, coming from Joe, this is way more valuable if we focus more on Cure rather than Shiitake.
Yes.
We don't need to ask Shiitake.
Yeah. Shiitake's flavor, if you ask me, and if you need to know anything about Shiitake, you just ask me. We grew up together. I know everything about that guy.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we should focus more on Cure.
So we gotta ask.
We get started. Yeah. Okay. Should we start with the basics, like? And also, just to clarify, we've thrown this word fawn around quite a bit. In real life, that means like a deer or something. But in fantasy world, you're talking about like there's a race called fawn. You're talking about like a satyr kind of race, right? Am I correct?
Oh, I was picturing Bambi.
Oh, I was also picturing Bambi.
Yeah,
Thank you for clearing
I
that up.
noticed that was a consistent thing. I didn't have a strong
Does
reason
it?
to bring it up until now. So we're imagining a satyr character and mushroom guy.
Oh, that's why I wouldn't go. I thought I could pick him up real easy. I was picturing baby deer.
It's worth mentioning that I will say, baby satyrs pretty typically come out as like literal fawn.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he's Bambi.
So what you are seeing is like like satyr like baby essentially.
Mhm.
I think it's clear to everyone that it is a baby satyr. Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But it is a deer.
Okay. Oh, and this is a baby. It is a very young satyr.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Where do we start?
There you go. Perfect.
So we already know.
Its name is
What do we know thus far? We know
If
that
you
this
want to
guy-
contribute to this conversation character-wise, I can say that you guys walk up to this sort of thing. Obviously, it kind of turned into like a large scene.
I was thinking that too. That'd be rad, actually.
Yeah. But if we do that, then can we have that we already finished setting up our traps and stuff?
Yeah, I'll say that this.
And we'll talk
this-
about what those traps are
Yeah.
after, I guess.
Because I'm realizing obviously the scene is extending, and I want to make sure that if you guys want to play it, you will be able to, especially like in this particular case.
Look.
So
Like,
also,
like stealth in the background.
hell yeah, cool.
Oh,
yeah.
I think even let's pull back a little
You're
bit.
gonna stealth up, and I'm just gonna. Boop, boop,
Yeah, I
boop,
think
boop.
the two of you see these guys kind of leave the camp, and I think you have a sort of sense to follow.
We could say that you caught the vibe that I did not want you to come.
Yeah. So are you gonna stealth as well, or are you just gonna go up?
No, I'm gonna go because I'm thinking I just finished setting up my traps.
Excellent.
So I'm like,
Cool.
oh look, here's
Ball of
everyone.
light. Dia turns up at the club with
Yeah.
all the other balls of light.
I pour you a cup of tea and hand it to you.
Yeah.
When I look at this deer, like, do I do a wisdom save or anything?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Do a wisdom save!
So,
I was wondering if you just knew it because it was from your memory.
You also had a stroke.
I don't think
Oh, yeah.
so, but I'm going to. So yeah, I'm gonna just boop right up, and then I'm going to say, "Oh, it's Shiitake again, and the flowers. Wow,
to see you again.
wow, what is this fawn?" And then I'm going to look at it, and then
That was
let's
true.
see.
Look at it
Oh,
with your eyeballs.
it's going to be a 26.
Holy shit! Yeah, I forgot that part of the reason why I did wisdom saves is because I was like, oh yeah, dude, we're pretty good at these. Yeah, it comes back like that. All of it. Oh, I knew you weren't part of the first scene.
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
So, but that does come back to
only
you.
You were only in your own memory.
Yeah, me just chilling in my own memory. So okay, so I guess.
Also, you take no psychic damage as you are used to sharing memories with another being.
So-
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of just be like, oh, and think, how was I feeling when I was in this? Like, was I happily
You put more pop
feasting on whatever was in the water, or was I?
Oh.
Was it an
I think that it was simultaneously appetizing, but also there was something like dreadful that was happening
Yeah.
as well. So I think it was actually a little bit of both. It seemed
It's
like,
like eating many scoops of ice cream.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel a little
Yum.
sick to my stomach.
or even more so, like you'd be full if you ate a bunch of like disgusting food, but you would obviously feel like sick.
Yeah, I'm like sick and cramping. Yeah, and I'm like, I do not like this fawn.
Me neither.
But we need to get information from it. So,
What was your roll?
For the sneak first. Sneak was 26.
straight for?
Uh,
He just bit me for
wisdom
no
save
reason.
was 11.
You have a stroke and fall out of the tree.
I think you're not quite breaking through yet. But you're definitely really fucking near them. So you do see that all this happening. You also see, of course, the big giant mushroom man's ghost. The one that exploded not too long ago. Okay. I'm gonna ask. What are the questions you're gonna ask? You got this.
Who is Titania to you?
I was thinking of basically the same question.
You first.
This is the first time I've heard your voice.
My mom.
Damn.
Brother? Brothers? Oh my god.
Well, Titania gave life to everything in the summer court.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone's mother. Yeah,
Was Tanya married?
I'm gonna retcon that a little bit. I think the fawn says, "Mama."
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom. Yeah.
Oh, the fawn's a dick.
Kill it!
It's a little shit. Yeah.
I'll be back in hell before you know it.
Hi. Please vote.
He'll figure it out.
I wanna know.
Jamie, show me.
Wait, so just to be clear, this guy was like infected with like something, right? So he's like a little baby fawn, and I think he was like infected with like the disease that
Ligma.
infected the Feywild. Yeah, he was infected with
Is
Ligma.
he patient 0?
I think he was. Yeah, I think we established that.
Ooh.
Which is to say, but this guy's just a baby. So is he like a petri dish baby? Maybe he was infected with like this thing and then sent to the Feywild. I want to
Maybe
know.
someone did evil experiments on him.
Yeah. I want to know. I want to know like where he's from, because part of me thinks that he's a fawn. So maybe he's from the Feywild, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's from like the Adventure World Part 2. And maybe he was like injected and then sent here. This guy, I'm thinking of this guy like a weapon. You know what I mean? Like a weapon that was like sent here. So I'd like to take that and formulate it into a question.
Where were you before you came here?
Did somebody do this to you?
They could even be like, just like trying to piece things together. You were like the wailing of a child in that temple, and it
Of
could
the creature.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
could be
God,
that
yeah.
it was the fawn.
Yeah.
And so you might even ask, like, we know that like Titania and you were involved in whatever happened to this creature.
Yeah.
So you could ask something along the lines of like, what did Jean-Luc and Titania do to you?
Got the answer. It's cute.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
That's a very leading question.
Well, we want to get a specific piece of information.
The answer could be nothing.
What makes you say?
They can always just cough up, I don't know, or no, they didn't do it, she didn't do it, this to me.
I mean, that itself would be useful information. We know that there's now a third party who.
Did something, yeah. All right, sure. We got 4 more. I'm down to 3rd of this.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's just an idea. You could ask whatever you wanted.
Oh, well, we could ask.
I'm ocean trainer.
I mean, what if we just asked like who infected you or something like that?
Or how did you become infected?
How did you become infected? That might be too vague of a question, though.
Knowing this thing is in you, what does AJ want to ask?
What a great question, Sam.
And knowing that this is your friend that you no longer can see.
I think the fact that its name is Cure Lens creates the fact that it was intentionally made to try to do something.
Yeah.
What do you think?
A biological weapon.
On top of that, it's pretty apologetic to all of us.
Maybe if it's
Do I get the sense that this would have been patient 0?
Yeah, that could be crazy.
Based on everything that you guys are talking about, I imagine you were discussing potentially character. I know we're kind of off table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By that logic, then yes, you could reasonably discern this is patient 0. Based on what everybody is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could ask it, can you explain to us in as much detail as possible how this happened to you?
What do you think? This is your spot.
Through what means did you become sick with this?
That's perfect. That sounds great.
You first.
Protecting others.
Oh my god.
You just roll.
What the fuck?
Somebody tell me how to spell that.
YGGDRASIO.
Hell.
I'm a little slower.
YGG.
Little faster.
DRASIL.
YGDDRASIO.
Got it.
Yeah.
And Mama.
That's very slowly.
Who's your daddy? I'm only gonna think of meaning questions, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ask it to explain how.
Eat yourself.
We could ask why it's so sorry.
I mean, you
Ask
could,
that.
yeah, that's not bad. Logically, you could just ask, like, why did you just so infect you? Or no, because that's assuming that you just so did it on purpose. Could have.
Well, you could even say, did somebody do this on purpose?
Actually, no, because I guess if we ask why did he do it, if he didn't do it on purpose, then I think he would then clarify that he like did it on accident or some shit. But why did you still do this is another question.
Or what was Idrisil doing when this happened?
So like something I'm thinking
Yeah, that's not bad, yeah.
is that like if Yggdrasil became sick and then Tawny's like, oh, I need to cure Yggdrasil and like maybe like try to take whatever was ailing it and like transferring it to this creature.
Yeah.
Like that may very well be what happened. So asking something like, why did they do that? Or even something about like what came from Yggdrasil might be beneficial. And that's kind of what you're thinking about asking, yeah? So I'd say go for it.
I'd lock in those lyrics.
Okay.
Oh, you scared him.
You got it.
Like,
Maybe he's
what was Idrisil's part in
He's
this?
being so brave and brushing.
That work.
It works. Whatever you want.
You're out of time.
What was
No, he's
Idrisil's
almost on.
part
He's
in
done.
this?
You first.
What was the question?
What was Yggdrasil's part in this?
Bullshit. I said no.
That's more fun.
Hold up a second, I want to hear what the plot says.
Cure.
But
Idrisil.
Mama said cure.
What did it say?
Mama said cure.
Mama said cure.
Mama being Titania.
Yes.
Tanya said cure.
What did the phone say?
Mama
said
said cure.
That's all it said.
That is all it said.
Yeah.
Alright, I have
And
two
the
more after
question was,
this.
what is Yggdrasil's part in this?
What was Idrisil's part in this? Do we know who Idrisil is?
It's
It's a big
the-
tree.
Yeah. It's like the tree of
Oh,
life.
the very large tree.
The one that got sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it said Titania's his mother. His mama.
Yeah. I want to know.
Could ask where it is.
We didn't know.
Could ask, could pull up a map and have it point out where it is on the map.
Why him? Why was he chosen as being patient zero when not someone else? What do you think?
Repeat what you said.
Like, why him? Why was he chosen? Yeah, just curious.
I don't know if we'll get too much useful information out of that one.
I'm gonna ask that we speed this up a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you gotta come to some decisions here?
Okay.
Ask where he is, and then we'll see if Shiitake maybe points down to the stump. That'd be kind of cool.
You could also have some IRL downtime and then use that to think about the question. If we're going to.
Actually, that is genuinely not a bad idea, considering that. Okay. So, are we good? Fantastic.
Good, yep.
Let's get back to it. You have 2 more questions.
I do. How did it feel for you to become infected?
Well, I know he has powerful.
Weak. Scared. Lost. I miss Mom.
And my last one. How can we help you find rest?
Isabel perks up when you say that.
No offense, you said. I know they're in the bag, but
Everything in the bag is for him. Dry food.
that can't just eat cheese.
Well, he's attempting to get cheese. He's not sure if he wants it or not yet.
He's not.
Oh wait, move that. He's eating paper. He's accidentally eating paper. There you go. And everyone just watches intently as Dad eats a cheese.
Yeah, this is going to be front page news in the Wall Street Journal tomorrow.
Okay, it's cheese.
I'll even read newspaper.
Looks for more.
They do what?
What? What did you say?
Avenge my death.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
That's why I brought them.
John, tell me twice.
I said Elliot was making a newspaper for their cat.
I don't want to rest.
That's
I don't want to be gone.
precious.
It was pretty great.
Nana said I can't go, so I will not.
Oh, wait.
I just want to live. I just want to be alive. I don't want to be here. And then 2 of them disappear.
Right.
Well played, AJ.
Well, that seemed fun.
Do you know him?
No. Is there anything else we want to do here?
Yeah, we want to watch you dance as the flower.
Stand up.
Jean-Luc's gonna put one hand on the hammer with the shiitake stuff on it and say, Titania, please bless this place. And let it be beacon of hope to all the Feywild. That in this place of decay, there are some things that still grow
There's some things that still grow. Oh, that's us.
and will become something beautiful.
It will become something beautiful. Like us. Like us. Like us. Like you. Like you. Like me.
Like me.
Oh, definitely like you.
If I wasn't rude.
Yeah, that's it.
You see that amidst prayer and mentioning Titania's name, the mushrooms begin to move a little bit. Looks like it's growing.
I try to clap it.
Oh, okay, let's get up there.
I am gonna leave my rations behind.
Your rations?
In the Dungeoneer's pack,
Mm-hmm.
10 rations.
You're gonna leave them behind. Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you pack up your rations and you.
I hide them a little.
Okay. All right.
Just they're slightly hidden, but like on the stone, so Shiitake can have them.
Rats swarm.
Okay.
Rats appear and the cats are eating the rats. But thankfully, he eats dead things. So
Yeah, that's very smart mahogany.
yeah.
Great.
Big bite.
We're good.
Cool.
We're good.
Want to take some pollen back with us?
I have a bag of it.
Great.
Oh yeah, that's what AJ was doing. Yeah.
I think
what
we
I was
added that
doing.
already. Yep, we did.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
you guys just like showed up and not tried. I'm like, what?
All right. So that is you. That is your downtime. You have done yours.
Yep.
Awesome. DL, what do you want to do in your downtime?
I was doing traps with you, and I think that yeah. So I think
Okay.
maybe like while you're doing all your like snare traps, I think that I'm doing. So one of the things I'm trying to do is think about main ways that people would travel, and then I want to like set up places for there to be like silk, and then kind of like put a silk line there, so it's like gets. When something goes into the trap, it gets triggered, and then I can light it on fire and just burn whatever's in there.
Yeah.
Good.
I had taken a previous downtime action during a different downtime that we had that specifically laid silk in places like you're describing right now. Around the perimeter of the camp, yeah.
Yep.
Camp do be trapped up.
So that is around camp at the moment, at least. If you would like, you could try to set up additional traps in like some of the farther places. Because I know, for example, you would set.
This.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So obviously around camp here, but then also had set up some of those snare traps around
Bear traps.
Snake traps.
around this riverbank. But what was discussed is that potentially they might have to walk through this sort of barren forest or barren trees as well. Might be a good place to set up something like that if you want to try to find an additional place to do it. But there is, at the moment there is traps here at camp and there is traps at that river junction.
Okay. I mean, I guess my main idea. So I would do that there, but I wanted to be able to be like I can be fighting in the base, but I can still know when something gets triggered, and then be able to just light that thing on fire instead of going out and inspecting the trap.
I think like you're better off staying at the camp because that wolf is coming for you, and if you get out of
Yeah,
this,
that
But
is
I've already
to
done
describe.
this.
Yes,
I have already done this.
Also to describe what you're saying, which I see your point here, but what Liz is saying is that she wants to see if Dia can stay at camp and then just trigger fire from far away.
Yes.
Right? I mean, for the fight in general.
Right, but I'm
Not
saying
right now.
Right, but what Liz is saying is she is attempt. This might be a situation where she might want to stay at camp anyway and
Yeah.
be able to trigger a trap from far away.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is I do make a nature check for me or a survival check.
Yeah, it's much rather survivor.
Survivor. Kind of.
Oh, it's piss poor. It's gonna be a 7.
You don't think it's possible to be able to. You don't think it's possible to be able to trigger fire from one hex to another.
Okay.
That's the issue you're having. However, you do think it's possible to be able to potentially, with the trap slated about you might be able to set a fire and it would hit everything around, like so all that web is connected. So you do think that idea is sound. You just don't think that the web, that you could make a web that would ideally, essentially be what is like, one of those like dynamite sticks.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
I think you don't think the web would be able to do that for a long distance without hitting something that snuffed it out, like essentially. However, I think even with that bad check, you probably could. I think setting up some sort of trigger for knowing where they are might be something you could do.
Okay.
So if you want to take some of that web, I think you can create, if you want, you can create a line from camp to the trap here at the river to know when it's been triggered. Or you could do from the river to maybe if they're walking through this hex,
Yeah.
but you can only choose one or the other. Because that's about as much as you can make use out of the silk that you have.
Yeah. I don't really have a preference either way. I kind of did bad enough on the check that neither of these things are really what I wanted anymore. So I don't really care which one, honestly. Does anyone have an opinion?
You said one was.
Maybe you would have an opinion.
So we're already going to be, the general plan again that I had was that Mahogany and I ambush them in this clearing. We retreat, second ambush where these traps are, so they don't ever actually make it to camp. Or not, don't ever actually make it to camp, but we...
When they arrive at camp, they will have been heavily impeded on their way there. Yeah.
I was thinking of adding a thing to that first, having the crane fly and then telling us what the hell's coming at us.
Yeah, that's...
So we can, if we're like looking at a whole shitstorm, maybe we don't ambush them there because we're fucked.
I mean, you and I can move pretty quick.
I'm saying this for you because I can just turn into a rock and they have no idea where the hell I am. But you're the
Right.
one that's in danger.
I'm a tree. In a forest.
The check does not
I
cost
can
you
become
your
a
current
perfect
downtime action. Just
I can...
Okay, yeah, but
So
I didn't
if you
really have
decide
anything else I
used
wanted
it,
to do during
it's
my
my
downtime.
You-
So I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I'm just
Do you
saying.
want
I
me
can
to
step
come
into a
back
tree
to
up here
you,
and
or do you want me to
retreat.
give you suggestions?
120 feet away.
Yeah, I'll take some suggestions.
It's possible that
Yeah,
you
my options
could
go.
attempt
Just
to
have
harvest a resource that might be valuable for you guys. I know they got kind of moved.
takes the risk.
But
They're also
there
infected,
is
so that's worse.
a provisions resource that you guys could grab. Oh, sorry. Actually, you guys are full on safety and logic. You could scout and see if you could find any resources that you don't currently have. But there is the faith one that you don't have as well. I know it doesn't seem helpful, but it's worth mentioning above the table that
We are...
during long rest.
Long rest is coming up.
And
Well, we already
during
did.
the point with which you guys, your camp, if it does get to that point where you're being sieged, essentially,
These are going to
these
go
are
very
going to
quick.
come up.
Yeah.
So it is not a waste of time to either harvest a resource or scout for another resource if you want to harvest a resource.
Well, is this something I've already done? I don't know, because I don't think Dia wants to scout.
Okay.
We are all together at this place. We could scout together, except for you. Unless we're assuming that we all went back to camp after this.
Oh no, I was watching you guys the entire time.
Well, I mean, yeah, but did you reveal yourself? Like, what is the current setting? Where are we?
You could use yourself as a way to lure them if you wanted to. So you could potentially set up areas where you might be able to like maybe glow in a way that where they would like see you from far away. Maybe.
Yes, I was gonna do that, and well, you can just come back to me.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, because I was gonna do that anyway. Because I have. Remember, we hung up the lantern thing.
Yep.
Which is also supposed to function as a trap. So I have already done that.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
So like one of my things is that I think that I've already done so much to prepare for this that I don't really know what else to do with my downtime. So
Okay.
I
Think
might
on
just
it.
not. Yeah, I might just think about it, or
Yep.
it might be something totally unrelated.
You could also call a meeting as well, and if all else fails, you could additionally perpetuate your own notoriety or someone else's notoriety,
Yeah,
which are all
Yeah.
options too.
I'll give it some thought.
Alright. You want to take a look at the?
Sure. Yeah.
Alright. You know what you want to do with your downtime?
I already did.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Traps.
Duh. Oh, so you did
Joe
yours.
was the only one.
Joe. John Luke.
Furnace.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Yep.
What is your plan here?
To make a furnace.
Okay. Out of.
I'm thinking either. I have a couple options here. There's are there stone? The temple is stone.
Correct.
Is it stone bricks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait.
You know what's
Alright.
really stone brick? Are the stone golems.
Stone golem furnace. God.
Whoa.
Erect. How would that work? That seems weird. Also, it would take moving the golems. I mean,
True.
seems kind
If
of
we
weird.
powered them up with the dragon shark, we'd probably stick with it. That seems pretty straightforward and easy to do.
Would it ruin them?
What?
Would it ruin the golems?
Why would it ruin it?
They're stone.
What do you mean, make
Put
them
a
into a
rock.
furnace?
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
We'd have to rearrange them.
A rocket fire. It's not gonna do anything with a rocket.
Well, they're not really
Fuck
exactly
it.
in a furnace-looking shape.
What if it's a
Fuck yeah.
hollow on the
If you-
inside?
I'm gonna try it. I'm down to try to put the dragon shard on the thing. See what happens.
Sweet.
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 Alright.
Alright.
You get. Oh yeah, you gave it to him. You have them.
Oh, no, I took those back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Mahogany. Come with me.
Okay, where even are we? Are we in camp?
Yep. This is all happening in conjunction time periods over the course of 3 hours. So we can say at this point.
Sean just got out of the shower. He's wearing nothing but a towel.
Yeah. Can I just ask really quick?
Try
Between
show
everyone's
roots away.
inventory, because this isn't the thing that I can like see. How many dragon shards total do we have?
2.
2. Okay. Thank you.
2, and I've got both of them hidden in my wherever's.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning you have 1 blue and 1 red.
Oh, they're different
This
colors.
matters.
I didn't know that.
Huh?
This matters.
No. No, I just wanted to make it sound like it does. No.
What
The
color
blue one
is the one?
seems
Sorry,
much more powerful than the red one.
Do you know what?
Naturally.
Was that a joke or real? Because I'm gonna write that down.
Oh, I'm really.
No, that is real, you guys. That is information that seems like that was like readily available.
Blue is the best color of magic, so that tracks.
I love being an idiot. Mahogany, come with me.
Okay, where are we going?
To the temple. I take you down. to the
We're in
temple.
it.
Oh, we're already here. Right.
You guys go down into the temple.
But no, I meant like we're in the ruins. I have no idea what you're talking about. 'Cause
Go with it,
I
you'll
don't,
learn.
I don't remember any of this.
Go with it, you'll learn.
Yeah, come with me. I take you down.
We're leaving the temple.
To a
It's a
place.
giant hole.
I turn it into a ladder, and then I turn back into myself.
Incredible. Seamless.
10 out of 10.
That's great. Like that's how you always climb. You know what I mean? Anytime you need to climb anything.
Yeah. Like I turn into a ladder and I wait for you to use me.
Oh, behave. Yeah, okay. So we get down there. You see a
Sorry, no,
room.
I would like you to roleplay you climbing down them.
No, I just put my hands and slide down real slow.
Great. It's every rung. There's a great. There's one missing rung.
Yeah, one missing round. Yeah.
Everyone in camp hears.
Good fall. Great.
Cool. Alright, you guys are down there. You're over and you bring them to the room of the stone golems. And their last
Behold. A hole.
Oh.
Yes. What do you suppose goes in there?
Oh well, well, my kind reproduce asexually. I don't. We don't have that.
I brought you, specifically you, down here for a reason, Mahogany, because you're special. You've got 2 big dragon shots.
These.
Yes.
Do either one look like they'll fit?
They both look like they'll fit.
Okay.
Hey, which one you want to put in there?
Although you got one red one and one blue one.
For some reason, I feel like this blue one's more powerful. I don't know why I just realized that.
That's the one that you guys got from the monster. That was the thing that was causing the storm.
Okay. You know what? Let's not put the lightning exploding one back in service. How about we put this one? This was going to power a train. Maybe you can power a golem.
That's a fair guess.
What is it?
You
My talent fall.
Actually, I'm gonna put this over here.
Oh hell yeah! Strawberries.
Thank you, Liz.
That is a lot
That
of
is
time.
mostly liquid.
That is mostly liquid.
Now the ninjas and Dexter
And look, we got toothpicks, so people can toothpick things.
Picking they too.
You put the red stone in, the red shard in, and you guys
Like how
instantly
Liz
see
offered you all utensils, and then
two
you would
of
immediately just
the
reach in with your hands
stone,
and
sorry,
go,
three of the stone brick golems, both go,
Not the one I put it in.
what's that?
Not the one I put it in.
As a pedestal, it's separate from the golems.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's in the middle of the room. But three on the opposing sides activate. And they kind of like look around for a bit, and then look at you, who kind of have the hand on the shard, and go, grab what looks to be this spear, also made out of like a little bit. We'll say it's made out of like also stone. Go like this.
Oh, cool. It looks like I'm in control of them. All right, that's good. Come with me.
Three three brick golems
What context clues?
follow you to the edge of the hole.
Can I transform into steps so they can get out?
Trick it down, trick it down, trick it down.
The hole. Yeah, I think the hole looks not big enough to be able to create steps. Might be able to.
How about I stay with them? Can you find the badge? Perhaps he can dig us a map.
Cool. I go get Badger.
Hey,
Badger,
yeah.
we need stairs.
For them.
Say no
Can you
more.
do stairs?
Say no more. Cool. Badger, with your help of making kind of the steps. Go ahead. Actually, no. No roll required. This is you doing that time. So you and the Badger make steps out of like the dirt here, and very slowly you were able to kind of get the stone golems out of this small cavern down here. As I keep saying stone, I apologize, brick golems. As three brick golems make it out of the hole and are now out here with you guys in the camp. And also you have a little staircase going into the bottom now instead of a hole.
Sick.
Cool.
Mr. Badger, can you cover this particular hole? We don't want anyone knowing about this one.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. That
Just outsiders. They can't get out. But we don't want,
Yeah.
we're gonna hide people in here.
Yeah, does a pretty good job of covering the top a little bit. I think like it's easy to kind of tell if you're like looking at it for long enough, but at least for like if you're running around sieging a camp, you might not like, immediately see it. Yeah.
Cool. Would I be able to help camouflage this?
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I think you go and you help kind of Badger here. Give me a survival check.
That is going to be 24.
Okay. It's a lot harder to see now.
I don't even know where it was.
Yeah. As you kind of like, as the two of you, I think you help like specifically kind of like pad up the side so it looks like the same kind of like terrain. Yeah. Sick. Yeah, and you guys have 3 brick golems.
Are they armed with anything?
Yeah, all 3 of them have spears.
Spears.
Yep.
I will direct them to the table, and can you folks arm yourselves with something a little more silver as well? As long as you can jam it into the eye of a werewolf.
Well, mahogany, I'd like them to see if we can have them hugged together into a furnace shape, and we can have Raccoon over there smelt all this silver down and you know, coat our weapons. Is that possible, you think?
Can you become a furnace? Mr. Hates non-verbal.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you two were having fun in that. I was like, no, not doing that yet.
As of the 3 brick golems awkwardly hug each other into what looks to be like a sort of like, yeah, looks like definitely a brick kind of furnace. Like, it's definitely crude as hell, and it's made out of living creatures. But yeah.
Well, thank you.
It can't burn.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Nice.
Good for the
Cool.
fire majesty.
Sick.
It's big enough to like fit in there, you could say. Like a little house.
Have you seen the raccoon?
Yeah, you can't miss him. He's right over there.
He's huge.
Oh,
He
yes,
is tall.
huge.
He's taller than the trees.
Yes, he's that huge guy over there. He was pretty good at smithing. I think I remember him being bad at something else.
The raccoon comes over and he goes,
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, that looks like a furnace.
Will this suffice for you?
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
It's intended to be a furnace. Do you think you can work with this?
Yeah, I'm good with this.
I like your confidence.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I've worked in sugar conditions. Like, he punches you really hard.
You fly across the
I don't understand why that was
Roll a
funny.
new character.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want, can I help you get coal?
Yeah, I suppose we'll need something to burn. But yeah.
Would be enough.
Yeah.
Prefer?
I mean, I prefer coal. It would burn quicker and faster and brighter.
It's not that hard to make coal. You just gotta burn wood.
Yeah.
I burn very fast and bright.
Well, I know of a location that has coal under a particularly purple tree.
Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea.
I think we go with Dean personally.
Oh wait, no, that would take a while as well to go there and back.
It would, but Dia getting hot damages you, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, so does fire.
Well,
I think the skill of blacksmithing is not burning yourself on your furnace.
well, she would be in the furnace, being the fire,
Yeah.
with her overheat skill, just taking damage.
You don't want to ask her to do that.
Well,
I
yeah, I want to be above table. It does. You do feel like you could burn hot enough to be able to smelt, like help someone else smelt. You will take damage doing it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You know, a long rest between
What's the other shit on fire?
Sorry, I figured out what I wanted to do. I wanted to, the barricades that are being built, I would like to contribute to building that, but I wanted to use, maybe instead of those traps that I would set up with the silk, put that on the barricades.
Oh.
Barricades.
Okay. Describe your vision here, if you don't mind.
Okay, so like, I'm imagining barricades would be like 2 pieces of wood or something sharpened like this.
Yep.
And then, so what we do is like put,
The web like on the top
yeah,
of it,
yeah, so that it's like
a little bit stronger.
spiky, stronger, yes, and also more flammable.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Easy enough, like with your downtime.
Yeah.
Too much fire.
Make a survival roll for this. This is just how well you do. You're doing it about.
Okay, 14.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. Easily. You go around. Pretty flammable. Definitely looks like it would go up like that. I think you.
If needed.
With yeah. So easy.
Probably would destroy the barricade, but yeah.
Yeah. If needed.
I would actually like to talk to Mahogany after he mentioned going to the crossroads.
No notorieties per se. However, during this downtime, you guys see a small pixie plume come back to camp. Beaten, battered, limping.
Plume! My God, where have you been?
Fucking hell.
Can I fly over and will be my worn companion cube self to like
That's nice.
comfort Plume?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast a Cure Wounds at the second level.
He goes, fuck, is everyone fucking alright?
I'm sorry. I assumed you fled.
Well, they grabbed me.
Those fuckers.
Yeah.
When you curse, Isabel winces.
Yeah, those fuckers.
Isabel looks uncomfortable.
She's crying.
Isabel, what does fuckers mean?
How did you escape, or did they let you go?
They let me go.
Who took you?
Benny. And the fucking crew.
And
Bang in the fucking crew.
The fucking flame lords, or whatever the fuck they call them.
why did they let you go?
To give you all a... He's looking around at the camp and he goes, actually, could we fucking talk about him privately?
Come to the sex pit.
I thought you've never fucking asked.
It's soundproof.
It's the opposite of private.
Yeah. You're best to do really high quality soundproofing in this game.
Does everyone squeeze into the sex pit?
Yeah.
We don't squeeze in there. This is a big sex pit. They're prepared for as
But
many
they're pixies.
They're prepared for as many pixies. A badger dug it.
I hate to be that guy. You guys will have to squeeze into the sex pit.
Yes.
Why are we
now-
having a private conversation
Oh, that's
in a
not
pit
the
full
only
of
thing
people
I'm
having sex?
They're not paying attention.
Yeah, they're in here?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
They're not paying attention. We're
Oh,
good.
sorry, the sex pit is occupied. Let's
Yeah.
go to the sauna.
Plume comes to him and goes, take a fucking 5-minute break, guys. And they go, well, come on! Take
5 minutes is important.
Hydration is essential for what
You do notice that they respond pretty well to Plume. And go and grab some water.
I'm so happy you're alive, Plume.
And you fucking too.
I'll turn into like a small rock so everyone has a little more space.
Oh, thanks, man.
How did you manage such a feat?
They let me go because they wanted me to give you one last time to reconsider, and then to bring some effects. He says if you let her go, that yes, you, the ball of light, yeah. He says he mostly wants you. So he said that if you I don't fucking blame you. He seems really scary.
I think he will eat me.
But I think it's worth mentioning that he said that he would call off the entire fucking attack if you just hand it over.
If you did that, I would be pretty upset.
What was that, Morgan?
We kind of already do that.
He also
We did already know that.
well, he told me to bring this, and then he puts a bag of stuff in the middle, and he goes, most of these were personal effects of, I don't know her name, or the,
Connie.
Yeah.
Connie wasn't there, was she?
He wants an answer by tonight of whether or
Well-
not you're handling the deal.
Wait, actually, answer Mahogany's question if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, what's up?
Connie wasn't there, was she?
I did not see him.
Who's going to deliver this message?
How did he know it was hers?
What did he?
He said he would prefer it to be you.
Me. What am I to meet him?
Yes. He said that there is a spot here that he would prefer to be.
Oh, good, an ambush.
I'm assuming that we are not going to hand over her radiance.
Yes.
He may accept no answer as an answer.
We can continue fortifying.
I can give him answer in the form of an arrow in his chest.
Very clear, I do like that.
I wanna be so clear of the severity of the situation.
What's coming at us?
He's got a lot. We're not talking like just the fucking weird flame guys that came over. It looks like he's got also like some sort of like couple of large, horrifying things. These weird fucking amalgamations of I don't even fucking know. Like the flame guys are one thing, but like these things look scary. I know you're right fucking here, but I mean, should we at least fucking talk about it?
The chain is only as long as it links. That's all.
So you would rather put the entire rest of the colony, all the spirits and all these other folks. That's not what he can do. He can control fucking monsters.
I think
That means he can control me. That means he can control you. So it looks like he can control you too.
He controls you.
I think if he eats me, he will just become more powerful, and it will not solve the problem.
No, but I don't.
It's okay to be afraid. I'm also afraid.
If these monsters look like cancer could hit whatever material they wanted.
Make a persuasion.
Alright. Very persuasive beats and boots. Let's go. It's a nat one.
That's pretty narratively great.
Yeah, I do have like it would be a 6. Yeah.
Dia, I understand that you're young, and I understand you haven't seen the things that we have fucking seen, but I'm telling you, this seems scary. This seems like we all fucking experienced the fall, so we all fucking know. Now you can control those fucking things,
I want to pull up
and
my,
us.
I want to pull up my notebook and flip to the back and show him a drawing of one of the terrible things that busted up my camp.
Yeah, those
yeah.
fucking things.
Just close the book.
Isabel gets like a stern, almost like annoyed look on her face. And she looks at the two of you and she says, "We will not allow ourselves to be motivated by fear, or we will be doomed for failure.
But why the fuck not? Because it seems pretty like this is a good time to be scared.
You're being irrational in your fear."
No. I'm clear as day in my fear. I know what's to come. I know what needs to be done.
Plume, who is relying on who for whom's safety?
Good question.
Because if you don't need me, you can just say so.
I would like it to be a conversation with the rest of the colony. They deserve to know.
Near as far as I can tell.
they are completely helpless. We will be the ones who decide how to approach this conflict, since we are the ones who have to deal with it. And frankly, I'd rather have her Radiant at my side than some tiny winged coward.
I'm gonna come out of being a rock and get in between the two of you.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. That's an one.
This is sick.
I have, to be clear, I have not rolled higher than a 10 all day.
You're using the wrong dice.
So well played, too. Well said. I like that. That was great.
You don't notice that something has changed with Plume magically.
Okay.
And he goes, and in this moment where he's angry, it wells up inside of him, and almost based on the anger alone, it seems like he kind of pops up a little stronger.
Okay.
But
So I do
he goes
notice
to you.
something.
You don't notice that.
Oh, that's just something for us, the people at the table.
Yes.
Got it.
And he goes to you and he goes, you have no idea. What would you know about sacrifice? Huh? You know, I lost most of my fucking sprites to this guy. He fucking tore down our forest. I lost my friends, I lost my neighbors. These are the only guys that are left.
She has no sense for this kind of compassion.
Do you know that 2 days ago, we stumbled upon the corpses of my family?
Who?
I see. I could see.
Hang on. The name is escaping me because it's been relevant for like 5 sessions. The name of the dudes by the tree who found we were killed that I recognize.
Yeah.
The name of that order is
Super cool spot.
The gatekeepers.
the Gatekeepers.
The gatekeepers we found at the tree. Very dear comrades of mine. I've known them for most of this life. However, I had the sense to understand that in these dire times, I must remain focused and accept that bad things are going to happen. I am not afraid of them, because to be afraid is to be too weak to face them. I accepted what happened and moved on, because that's how you survive.
Fear helps you survive. It's not an inherent weakness. Understanding you have it helps.
Your fear is driving division in our ranks, and frankly, we need everyone we can get in order to withstand this.
Would you like to make a persuasion or intimidation roll?
They are the same for me.
Narratively, or sorry, I guess like character-wise.
I want to do persuasion. I'm not trying to like scare him into doing what I say. I'm trying to show him like I myself am experiencing exactly what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
And I am choosing to rise above it because that is the way to survive and be your best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And I am gonna roll a different d20. What Adam said really spoke to me. This one has been absolute piss. Okay. 13 plus 8, 21.
He looks at you and he goes, I didn't know that was your family.
You all know shockingly little about me.
Fair enough.
And yet you presume so much. I'm no monster. You didn't exactly ask. I will not stand for the division that should fear and panic, so we will stand together or I will be gone. Because at that point we will have lost our ideals that we're fighting to preserve. Interconnection. A chain is only as long as its links.
Something about the way you're saying that seems to resonate a lot with Plume. The chain comment. And he goes, I think it still is right to make sure that the entire fucking camp knows.
Well, then you can let them know that if we're turning her over, you will be without my company as well. For I do not need them.
Fair enough.
Right, we do not have time to be informing every single person. If you wish, you can, but that will mean one less head with defense. We're not used to doing this.
They do have a right to know. We can't leave them in the dark. They just have to get blindsided by it.
I mean, where will they go?
They need to know.
If we tell them, they panic. If they panic, they leave. Where do they go?
Or do something rash.
Do you think this place is even safe?
No.
We know what's coming.
Where is safe?
The world is not safe, Mr. Jawhenge.
Would you not stop? Would you stop me from telling this place? They're my brethren. I can't. They need to know.
Tell whoever, whatever, we are expressing the foolishness of such an endeavor. You may heed our wisdom or not. That is your decision, but so too will you be responsible for what happens.
Fine. I'll take responsibility for what happens.
I'll help you spread the word.
Actually, Mahogany, a question. You mentioned going back to Crossroads, yes?
If for coal, yes.
I also have something I would like.
I honestly wanted to try to see if the sun was out, but he seems to have made his way back.
You want to fucking go back there?
I do.
You fucking crazy?
Possibly, yes.
There could be a lot of supplies there.
Why don't we fucking, they're expecting.
We could also make it a safer place.
Yeah. I just would like. I don't like the idea of being sitting ducks. Is all.
Oh, cool, you are unaware. We are not going to be fighting in the camp. No. That would be a terrible idea. They know where we are.
That's where the fighting is going to end up.
Eventually, yes. After numbers are thin and many have fallen, yes.
We're gonna do as much as we can outside of the camp to make sure that they don't get there.
At least not in full strength.
It would be smart to evacuate the non-combatants.
Again, look them away.
The wilderness is not safe either.
Are we putting those in the tunnels?
Put them, guess, on the ground, potentially.
You'll help me tell them?
Yes. I know what's coming.
Something I just want to make clear really quick.
Yeah.
After the comments from Bloom.
Yeah.
Isabel is has moved right next to Dia, and for as long as we continue to play, it may be presumed that wherever Dia is going, Isabel is literally right beside her.
Hell yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on you if you ever get close to Bloom.
Sure.
Okay.
I was thinking something similar with Jean-Luc actually. I think, but especially seeing Isabel walk over there, I think Jean-Luc is going to flank Dia and walk to the other side as well. Maybe we each look at each other, give ourselves to each other, knowing, kind of nod.
Yeah.
I think this is ultimately what makes the persuasion check work. As he thinks about what you lost, what he's lost, what he's worried about losing, and then sees you in response to what he said, move over to Dia, your friend who you want to protect. And he goes, alright, we'll all do what we have to do. I'll tell them and then you let me know how I can help. Again, I'm fucking sorry for your loss.
At this point, we've all lost so much.
I'm sorry that's all it was. Please.
I'll go with him.
So you go around and you help him tell some of the sprites the situation.
I'm just going around telling everybody.
You're gonna go around and tell the whole camp?
I spread the word, tell them this is what to expect.
Okay. Do you obviously you're mentioning like everyone kind of knows from what you mentioned last night that they're being attacked. Do you expose them to the information?
The what?
The DIA information as well.
I keep the deer ransom to myself.
Okay. Plume doesn't tell anybody about the DIA situation aside from Flix and some of his immediate sprite companions.
And word gets around quick with that.
They get around.
When he talks to them, he does
Been around
specifically
probably a few times.
say, he's like, he mentions like if we want to leave, we can fucking skedaddle, we don't need to fucking stay here. Like, we can, you know, like we can keep going down like maybe fucking southwest, like maybe it's a lost cause. You do hear them kind of like talk about that a little bit, not coming to a conclusion. But that is all the people he tells as you go around. He does not have that conversation with anybody else. You get the sense that he even thinks about doing it a couple times with some other people, but based on his interaction with you guys, he kind of stops himself from doing it. Thinks about the sort of panic that will ensue. So, it's not
Too much panic. They need to know shit's coming, but
yeah.
The political discourse that could come from knowing that there's a ransom. That deer just gets killed by the villagers.
He does also, it's worth mentioning, he does also tell the sprites about that Benny wanted to have a meeting tonight. He obviously also talks about his experience being beaten to shit a little bit. So you get a little bit more detail on that with him. That Benny kind of beat him to a bloody pulp. I think, make an insight check.
Me? 14.
I think it's something that, in the way he talks about it, you can tell he's withholding information about the scenario where he's being beaten to shit by Benny.
Not surprising, but that was horrendous.
And you think it's more than just like, obviously he doesn't, you think it's more than just he's trying to save graphic details. You think he's actively hiding something.
Let it be known, Isabel finds his story of what happened and how he got back here completely implausible, and doesn't believe a word that he's saying.
Okay. Anything else you would like to tell some of the people? That's everything that he exposits.
Not about this. I do
Okay.
want to talk to Raccoon. I think we should all talk to Raccoon about what weapons we might want.
Great. Anything else besides talking to Raccoon about the silver weapons at this moment?
I did. Do you actually want to go to the crossroads?
We could, but I want to talk to Raccoon first, so he's at least starting to make the weapons as
Great.
time passes.
I want to go to Raccoon as well.
Okay. Great.
I'm going where Isabella goes.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna try to talk to them.
Yeah, I now think Isabel's my bodyguard, so I'm going wherever Isabel goes.
Well, if you want to, if there's anything you want to do, just know that I will go with you.
It's alright. I'll
Great.
follow you.
Obviously this happens. You guys, I imagine, we'll say after that, are you going with them to go talk? Yeah, because you guys are all going together.
I think, like, collectively, we would
Yes.
all want to talk to the Raccoon to get some weapons.
Because you two are actively trying to essentially like protect Dio, right? Both of you make an insight check.
Shite.
9.
That's 20.
That's sick.
Who am I inciting?
The camp. As you go around, you immediately, like, as because you're kind of sticking by Dia, you immediately get, like, when he's telling you can tell he's telling some of the sprites, and you can tell they have a reaction to Dia. It doesn't seem favorable, but doesn't seem. No one's like, they're not like, it doesn't seem necessarily coercive, like, oh, we're gonna, like, fucking be cool, you know. But you do catch that they're having a conversation, and then he did tell him. I think in one moment when he's talking to someone that's not a sprite, he actually catches eye with you, and then looks away, shakes his head at someone, and you get the sense that he refrained from telling you. I think you notice. I think it's not out of your realm as the type of soldier that you are, but sometimes you seem. I think maybe even reminds you of potentially another time that you've seen something like this happen. You sense an innate danger by him just being here. With everything that he's expositing, I think you also just intuit Isabel's
Distrust of him.
I think you also see that you see a medallion on Plume hidden in a pack that is just slightly poking out, and it reminds you of the medallions that the funny guys were wearing.
Smite him.
Smite for his
Oh, I'm
stats.
thinking about it. What book do you got there at Dungeon Master again? You got their players in
I have Player's Handbook, Xanathar's, and Tasha's in here.
Yeah, I see Tasha's.
Yeah.
During this very short break, I wanted to let you know, I took the remaining tomato pasta. One half is just as is. The other part, I chopped up anchovies and I put some capers in it.
Ooh.
That does sound good.
So, if anyone would like some,
Dia, I do want to ask, how is Dia feeling about the way Plume is talking?
Feels like everyone wants to eat me now.
I think you do also just notice that, as before we were already kind of noticing eyes, I think you feel even more looked at. And you do obviously parse out these two kind of sitting and protecting you.
well, yeah, not only that, I feel like at this point, I am following them. So it's like they think that they're following me and I am following them because I can sense a basic level of danger from the situation. And also, I did watch the baby get destroyed already, so I know that that's not good.
Probably not healthy.
So yeah. Here's Dia's going to look at you, Isabel, and say,
I don't understand why I'm different than the other creatures here.
It is a
Why
matter.
do you want to kill me?
It is a matter of perception. They do not understand you, and so they think you're different. But perhaps there are parts of themselves they don't understand either, and that is where you would find similarity.
Yes, but not if they give me to a wolf to be eaten.
So we must do all that we can to ensure this does not come to pass. For while I am certainly quite delicious, I am never.
I appreciate that. I never thought about what I might taste like.
I have, but it does not bear mentioning.
Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
Fair reaction.
Maybe you shouldn't have left the orgy pit.
Tell the truth.
I don't.
I
was
do.
thinking something like that. You do?
Yeah.
You don't feel compelled to be honest when you're in Dia's Great Light? I do, otherwise I wouldn't have said all that.
You have Zone of Truth?
I might not have it prepared right now, actually. I
Oh.
don't remember but I can prepare it.
Okay.
It's cleric spell, so.
Double check that for me in its level.
It's just second level.
I see the medallion on Plume. Furrow my onion brows. As I walk towards him, I raise my sword. No, I don't have a sword. No, all we can say, I hand my meat tenderizer to Raccoon. Hand on chest as I walk up to him, casting Detect Magic. Close eyes, they open again. Dull white light glowing as I walk within range of him. Do I detect any magic?
Oh yeah.
Tell me more. What schools?
Can I see this?
Necromancy.
Can we see this?
Your insight was yeah. You guys are all You walk away, right? But you obviously see from them. But you obviously see Jean-Luc walking away
Yeah.
towards Plume.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for Plume.
Yeah.
I was keeping an eye on Plume, so if he's going up the Plume, I'm gonna try to intervene.
You get necromancy.
From
The thing that you saw in his pack. It feels like there are multiple pings of necromantic magic coming from within the same source. You're doing detect magic and you're walking up closer to it, right?
yeah,
Give me a perception check.
fair sheepskin. I'm bad at this. 11.
You see it because it's slightly poking out of the backpack. You can only make out what looks to be on the coin itself these petrified eyes of a creature.
I'm just gonna walk up. I imagine I'm walking up behind him. Is this coin thing? Is it on a chain? Like it could where is a necklace? I'm just gonna grab the chain, pull it out of his bag.
Hey, what the fuck?
What the fuck indeed?
I'm gonna grab your arm because I was thinking you were hurting him.
Everyone sees it now.
Yeah.
There are multiple people, like their visages, almost like etched into the coin. There's not one. There is like 5.
How big is this coin?
It's a tiny medallion. Yep. This big. It's big.
Do I get like a
Oh, it's
delicious
like
smell
a big
from
fucking
it?
coin. Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Do I get delicious like soul type smell from this thing?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, what is that?
What is this?
I don't fucking know.
Bullshit. What is it?
It was in my fucking. I don't know. Where'd
I
you
think
grab it?
it's
It was in my
food.
backpack.
I think it's food.
I walk up behind them.
It's like a pancake. It's food.
I don't know. It looks like a fucking medallion of a bunch of scared people inside of it. I don't know.
Did Benny give this to you when you were on your way back?
I don't know where this fucking came from. I swear to fucking God, I don't fucking know.
Inside.
Go on, it's like
Cool.
Inside. I am pretty good at it. Well, better. 21.
He's lying.
Better late than sorry, Plume.
I don't know. I've never fucking seen that before in my
It
life.
was on your person, Plume.
He must have fucking put it in my bag. He sent me with your shit.
how big is Plume?
Sprite size, so pretty small.
Can he fit in a jar?
Would have been the lantern thing that I usually sleep in.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you could fit in a jar.
Can I try to take something out of my poisoner skin?
Yeah, jar his ass.
You said we shouldn't let fear fucking consume us.
You are lying to me.
I'm fucking not.
You're lying.
You're scared.
You had it on your person and came in advocating, bargaining on behalf of our enemy.
Yeah, because he fucking wants Dia. He doesn't want any of you, and he starts shouting to the camp now. He doesn't want any of you fucks. He just wants this one.
And we're not giving her to him.
Why not?
That would make us just as bad as them.
I have only one arm, so I'm going to hand you this jar
Okay.
and just look at you, just shoot you a look.
I see. Please.
And like behind your back so you can't see it.
Yeah. I think actually, if anything, like Isabel's general posture is always that she has like her 6 arms all behind her back, standing like very straight and polite. And so it's really easy actually to just slip something into her hand.
So I just straight up place this
Yeah.
jar and the lid next to it. It's already open for you.
You say I'm acting in fear? But I do not fear you. You're the sort of thing I catch in my web for breakfast.
And I'm gonna try to jar his ass.
God, he's fucking alive!
I'm still trying to jar his ass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Okay.
Can I insight that as well?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah,
That's
can I
pretty
inside that?
Down, It's okay.
What'd you get?
For a grapple?
Yeah.
4. My strength is -1, and I don't think I'm proficient.
Okay. He
Throw the jar.
slips out of your grapple, like with the jar, magically. He blinks and then blinks off.
Is he casting a spell?
Yes, he is.
Fuck no, he isn't.
Hell yeah! Okay. Are you counterspelling?
I am going to counter.
Okay, it's
Counterspell!
gone. He goes and he begins to blink, and then he still is able to just barely get out from the what he does is he dodges you swiping him, and then he was casting a spell to teleport, and you stop him from casting that spell, and he begins trying to move away, and he goes, if you fucking kill me, I can't tell you where she is. I know where she is.
I don't believe you.
I can find her.
We can
I'm
take
very good at tracking.
a good guess.
You're just gonna fucking let you're all fucked.
I stood up.
You're all fucked. He's gonna come here and he's gonna fucking kill all of you.
I don't-
All because he just wants to
No.
eat this one.
I don't
I'm
appreciate
going
being
to kill
stabbed
you.
in the back.
I'm gonna announce loud enough for the people who are looking and say,
He bears the insignia of our rival. He's been armed with his special weapon.
Is he controlling you?
Manipulating, surely.
He's not fucking manipulating me. In that moment, I think no insight required. You see something flash in his eyes.
I said, we're sorry we failed you.
somebody else should try to grab him because I'm really bad at this.
I'm just gonna kill him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works then.
Roll initiative.
Oh, hell yeah, it's initiative.
Hey, Pietavo.
We are going to take initiative.
And then probably call
We're
it.
gonna call it.
We still got a half hour.
Say I can kill him in He's not that strong.
Well, let's
I
see.
think I'm gonna save it for next time because I think its potential.
Oh?
Its potential it would run over the 30. Potentially.
Oh, you got some shit coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
My initiative is an 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna take down initiative.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're taking the initiative in that.
I got an 8. We're not still teed up, are we? We don't have any boosts coming our way?
Oh, well, we got Jean-Luc's bonus.
Yeah, but
Okay.
everybody gets a +3
Oh, to initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
for my aura.
I will. So I'm not gonna be here next week.
Right.
So I can leave my character sheet.
Actually.
I'm gonna say that in this particular case, I'm just gonna have them play without your character, if that is alright. We will maybe narratively exposit you were part of the fight, but just in terms of keeping track of things and making it easier. I think it might make more sense for us to play just without your character in this case.
You fainted on the floor.
Do you have a question? Thought? Concern? You have a full piece of food.
Yeah. Not necessarily like you should do this, you have to do this, but something cool that another GM that I play with does that I'm just gonna let everyone hear.
No, hey.
When we're missing a player, he doesn't want us to like run their character, but like doesn't want to rebalance his like encounters and stuff either. So what he does is he has buffs that he gives out to, like if we're missing someone, he'll choose another player in the party and like buff their character in some way that they only get when we're missing a player. So like depending on like, what kind of person we're missing, like we were missing our like main healer once, and so like our cleric who showed up got like a buff to her healing to offset the character that we're missing. Does that make sense?
That is a fun idea.
It's just a cool idea that you can all percolate on.
Yeah.
Because it's a very good one.
And it keeps them kind of like as if they were still there and like engaged in the combat, like almost.
From like a game design perspective, more so like it's not like they're getting this buff because they're doing something with the other character, but rather he's literally just saying like, yeah, we're gonna forget this character exists. For balancing purposes, I'm gonna make another character stronger. I mean, you could do it that way. More so what it does, if anything, is it just gives you sometimes these one-off sessions where your character is like ultra fucking badass.
Yeah.
It's just cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Changes it up. That kind of idea.
It also saves,
I'll think on that.
Also saves work for the GM that like they don't have to rebalance an encounter
Yep.
and that kind of shit. Yeah.
Could I get